Welcome to Soccer as We Like It, our first edition of the year. Welcome to the UK crew and the American crew. I have the one and only the analyst, Vim. Welcome to the show. Happy New Year,
Hey
brother.
guys, how you all doing?
All right. Representing the USA is the one and only, the controversial one, Bemsy. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, man?
Good, good, good. Right. We're just gonna dive right into it. The Amorim sacking took everyone by shock, by surprise. No one saw that coming. Some people thought the results were bad enough, but it is what it is. Vim, were you
Yeah,
in support of the sacking at that moment?
mate, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. It was a bit of a shock when I saw the announcement that morning.
Hmm.
So I didn't see it coming because I really thought they were gonna
Be
go with that
patient.
three year project.
Yeah,
3 year project is what we heard from the boss, but looks like relationships were becoming quite strained between Amorim and his board and management. So I suppose they just thought this is not really a relationship that can be managed going forward because you've got to all be
in
together, got
accordance.
to in a court, be unified. And if
Yeah.
these guys are having bust ups like that and then going on the media and saying various things, then if you speak out against your employer, I generally think you're in trouble. So yeah, he probably wanted out. I think he kind of indicated that before. I'm here as long as it takes, and I think he maybe just
Did you see
wanted
his
out.
last press conference? That very press conference after that Leeds game. Did you see that press conference? Did you hear him?
Uh, no, remind me, what was it?
He said on that in that press conference,
That was the game. That was the last. That was his last
that
press
was his
conference
last
before he
game.
got
He
back
said
after.
the scouting department,
Oh, he
the
needs to do their job.
they
Yeah,
need to
I
do
saw
the
that.
job. He would do his. He is the man. He came as a manager and not as a coach.
Yeah.
I will do my job for after when we get to 18 months, we decide who the next guy's going to. He said
No,
it
no, he
right
said we
there.
get to 18 months, then I move on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he agreed to that 18 months, whatever it was, from
yeah,
where he was today, which was the 3 year plan, right? That was
yeah,
still
yeah,
the 3 year plan. But obviously, it seems he rattled that cage. They didn't like it. Like, you know
yeah,
what, mate? This guy, because they wanted to play a back four. Listen, this is where I have a problem. When they got him, he told them, "This is what I do. I don't change. This is my tactics. This is my philosophy. This is what I'm going to implement." They said, okay, right? They agreed. They shook hands on it. Why are they did say there will be some bumpy roads, there will be some results. This is the time we're gonna struggle, but it will come to fruition, right?
yeah.
But 12 games, 15 games in, you might want to change that tactics. We ain't feeling this. Uh,
But it
yeah.
wasn't working though.
It wasn't
The
working.
uh, the back three wasn't
But
working.
the players he wanted who could fit in were not gotten. He wasn't
Yeah.
backed. So what is Jason Wilcox talking about?
I mean, look, the thing is, my view on this, right? And
Hmm.
I just had this discussion a couple of times, is that Premier League players are like contractors, yeah? They
Yeah.
come in, get extremely high salary, they're expected to hit the ground running.
Hmm.
Because of the nature of the business now, high money, high wages, you ain't got time to faff around anymore, especially you're buying premium
Then
players.
why did he
I see
mention
them as
3 years? Why was he talking
I
about 3 years then?
I'll get to that. So I see them as contractors. Now I also see now that a Premier League manager is also like a contractor. He's basically got to manage this whole bunch of contractors. So
Hmm.
therefore, the job security is extremely low, but you've expected to hit the ground running straight away as an IT contractor or a regular contractor is. Players are contractors. The Premier League manager is a contractor. If it does not work, if you can't deliver results, your contract ends. That's how it is in the IT world. People come in for investment banks and loads of money. They're not given a year to settle into the job. They expect to hit the ground running. And I think that, look, he was a sought after manager. He did well at Sporting, but it just wasn't working for him at Man United. Whether it's down to him or his coaching methods, or the lack of backing, it just wasn't working. So yes, I can see why he's gone. Fans want instant results. We want results. We want to see the team win.
Ain't
I
gonna happen.
understand there are bigger problems at the club. There are big problems at the club, which is why we're a bit of a joke club. But I want the coach to come in and do the best he can with the squad he's got, and just get us a win. If they're nasty wins, if they're horrible wins, if they, we're defending like Titans for 90 minutes, get wins. Let's get some wins and let's get some momentum and let's build confidence. If you can't do it and you're going to have a really poor record, then it's just not working.
Okay.
That's my view.
Bemsy, Amorim second. I know where you stand. I want to hear it. The people who are not on that chat want to hear your perspective on the Amorim second.
I mean, I think I just want to say that the way Amorim was sacked, I think people need to be very, very worried about people running the club, man. It's the reason why he was sacked. I mean, I can understand him being sacked because of his results, even though results weren't good. But that's not the reason why he was sacked. He was sacked because he fell out with the board. He fell out with Wilcox. That is worrying to me. For a manager to get to that point where he was like fed up to say whatever he said during the press conference, that means things were really, really bad behind the scenes. And I would say that the club needs to take a look at Jason Wilcox because I mean this is what basically a year into this whole project, and
Yeah.
Wilcox already falling out with Amorim. I mean they went out to get Amorim. Amorim played a specific style of play,
He
and
told them.
he told them there is no way Amorim would have got signed and took the job if he wasn't promised certain things,
Yeah,
right? There is no way because even he said he would have rather waited to the summer, but the club was like, okay, now or never. But even
exactly.
though the now or
Now
never,
or never.
I'm
That
sure the
word,
club,
now or never.
yeah,
Mid-season.
now or never, mid-season, and then one of the reasons why I heard why the club went for Amram was because they didn't want Fisher to take him, right? Because the guy, I mean, he's the next up and coming manager. United go get him, plays a different style. Okay, we're gonna give you the players that you need to get, right, to play your system, and then he comes to the club. Results are not good. I'm gonna say this confidently, right? There is no way that results are going to be maybe results could have been a little bit better, but the results that fans think that we should be getting with United, there is no way that that is going to happen quickly. I'm telling you,
I agree.
because the issues at the club have been going on for so long, right? There is no way that Amram was going to be able to change results all of a sudden and start getting there. I am not. I'm surprised as to the way the results have been going. I am not surprised. It was always going to take time
Exactly. It's
to
the
fix this club, and
impatience,
he already
mate. I think
started.
we are
He
impatient.
was the impatience. Yeah, the impatience is not like I know we are Manchester United, but let's be real with ourselves. We have not been consistently in Europe. Recruitment has not been good. We are run by owners that don't know what they're doing, but fans still expect results.
Yep.
That does not correlate. I'm sorry. It does not. If you don't have the people running the club correctly from the top, it's it's always eventually it's going to filter down. Results are not going to be good, no matter how you look and no matter which manager you get. I can bet on it. And any manager you get, we're going to get the same situation because you've had mix and match players from different managers,
Yep.
right? And then you've had the issues with the salaries, like wages and whatnot. You're trying to fix that. You had issues with players that are like rotten, that are trying to get out of the club. I think like I mean, and then you have issues with inconsistency, the players' confidence, mentality issues. All that is not truly completely been fixed. It's gotten better on the Amarin, but it was always going to take time. And Amram was right. He had every right to demand players. He had every right to demand to stick to his formation, no matter what the media would say, no matter what fans would say. He needed to stick to what he was doing. It's always going to take time. Patience was not there, and he got mad. He simply got mad because Wilcox and Ratcliffe was pushing for him to change to a 4-4-3. And also, Amram wanted players. He'd been asking for players. He didn't get more players. He got mad and he said, "You know what? Forget about this." And I'm glad Amorim did that. I didn't want him to go. I didn't want him to say, but I'm glad he did what he did because he stuck by his words, by his plan. He stuck by his guns, and that tells me a lot about him. We lost a good manager right there, and we're gonna pay for it.
Thank you very much, Benzi. So, so because I did a poll, I did a poll based on two things, based on tactics and results, and based on everything that Ineos had packaged. When it was based on results, just results, it was 55-45. Oh, the results are not good. Okay. When it was based on everything Ineos said was going to happen, was he backed? All that was put in there. It was 70% wrong for them to fire him. When you put it together, when you add all the data together, 62% think he was wrongly sacked. That United were impatient. They shouldn't have sacked him just yet based on results. We were still up in top four, 3 points from top four. And at the same time, and when they said they're not giving you any players in January, that I think that's when things became a bit
Is that
difficult.
was that confirmed that they're not going to give any players in January?
They're not going to, but I think now because they're now desperate and things have started to go
But
left, we're now out of the FA Cup. We're now
yeah,
out of the FA Cup. No trophies. We are
but then
trophyless this season.
there's no income. There's a lot of lost income. I wonder if
Oh
they're
yeah.
going to even bother now. I would have thought I thought that when they sacked Amorim, they must have had someone else in mind to be the caretaker. They might
Ole
have
Gunnar
lined someone up.
Solskjaer, please.
Forget it. We're just going backwards, mate.
Oh, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
a
I
backward
still
move.
remember your image you used to send when it was me, you, and remember our mate Adam,
Yeah,
Adam in Australia.
yeah.
Ole at the wheel, at the
Yeah, and the wheels came off or the car crashed or whatever. It was a complete joke, man. The
what's
thing is, right, I know we got second and third with him, but did you see the squad we had then? I watched a game the other day with Ollie at the wheel,
right,
and we had Ronaldo, Cavani, and Mason Greenwood, and a host of other good players. We actually had a good squad back then
right,
compared to now. So
right.
Ollie just says, go do your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was tactically clueless. You can't bring him back. We're going backwards if we bring him
Right.
back.
So he had no game plan reference to like we were predictable. We would soak up
Yeah,
counterattack. So even at home, we
yeah,
sit back and wait to
yeah.
counter. But with the Amory
And we were
situation, God,
hopeless in the Europa League final on him as well, by the way.
he
We really just didn't show enough,
no,
and
but
that was the moment of truth for him.
yeah,
Can you deliver a trophy? He is unable to deliver. Tactically, he could not do it.
but he's gonna be that guy who they just throw out there where the fans will not scream at the Glazers. They have Ole at the wheel, a happy guy who's happy-go-lucky, happy to
Man,
be at the club. He will take all the insults and be like a shield to the
it
company.
would be the most foolish move ever if they ever took him back. If they did that, then we really know that this ownership is finished.
So-
You cannot go. They paid him to leave. They had to pay him compensation to leave the club, and then you want to bring him back. I can't even believe. I think this is just a distraction.
I'm
They
hoping. I'm
cannot be
hoping it
considering
is.
this.
I'm
It
I'm
would be the
I'm hoping
most.
it is.
It must. We're already a joke club. That would make us more of a joke club to go and bring someone that you paid to just to get rid of. It's
Yeah,
worrying.
I saw him in his
Yeah,
press conference when he left United. He was in tears. But listen, mate, they have sacked greater managers before you, bro. So don't get it. Just it's a job.
I think.
Mourinho was fired before him. Van Gaal.
Yeah,
These are guys who won Champions
yeah,
Leagues, bro. You
yeah.
have won nothing, not a sausage, mate.
He's won an archive rerun of the Champions League final of scoring that goal. That's what he's won.
As a player,
Managerially, as a player, as managerially, nothing, mate. There's nothing there.
nothing. You know he got sacked in Turkey. You know that, right? Do you remember? He just got sacked to Turkey.
No, I mean, who's that playing for? Who is that
He
for?
he was managing up in Besiktas or one of those.
Ah,
Yeah, he got
okay.
fired.
Yeah,
Check it.
he's terrible. It's
People
like Gary
forget
Neville.
that. People
It's like Gary
forget that.
Neville. Useless as a coach.
Yeah.
He's good he's a good talker.
Oh, good
As a
talker.
pundit, he's a bit of an annoying git. But sorry, Gary Neville, but He is, but as a coach, he was useless,
It
right?
was
He went and
useless.
managed in Spain, and he got sacked after X amount of days.
Yeah.
There's certain players who are just not meant to be managers because you
No.
need a certain type of mindset,
Yeah.
and these ex-players, a lot of these ex-players don't have that.
No. Don't at all.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
what's his name? Amrin even called out Gary Neville at that press conference, the one against Leeds. Like he was saying, the club allowed people like Gary Neville to dictate and tell the club what to do. So he was upset that the club is not addressing these external noises coming from outside and external pundits. Because I'll tell you now, there's no manager United hire other than one of their mates. These pundits will keep poking and poking and poking.
yeah.
Think
But then
about
if
it.
it's Gary Neville's mate in there, then he's going to talk highly of him.
They
It's
remember
just
they never
they got
bashed
to wipe
Ole.
out.
They never
No,
bashed
he
Ole.
didn't bash Lloyd. No, and he wouldn't bash Ruud van Nistelrooy as well, and probably
No,
Fletcher and Carrick.
no, they won't.
But he's just noise. He is just noise. That's all he is, and we just got to stop listening to that noise. And I think people are starting to realize that he is just noise.
Because he has an interest in the club in terms when it comes to the club development, he has an interest when times it comes to behind the scenes. These are people who are trying to make money off the club. So they watch what they say.
Yeah,
Because when it comes to land development, these are guys who are gonna want to invest. Listen, these guys think people are stupid. We're not stupid.
yeah. But he's a shareholder in Hotel Football, isn't he? Which is
Yeah,
right outside Old Trafford.
exactly my point.
Yeah.
Bemsy, where are you on Gary Neville? Is Gary Neville's influence to go? Because Amorim was saying they allow
Yeah.
too much external influence from pundits, especially Gary Neville, to dictate things for the club. What's your take on that?
Oh man, I mean, yeah. Again, that tells you how bad the club is, man. For them to be listening to what Gary Neville is saying, tells you that they don't know what they're doing. I mean, pundits are gonna have their opinions.
Yeah,
Gary Neville is gonna have his opinions. Um, and the thing is, I mean, these pundits, especially these ex-United players, whatever they say carry weight, man. They carry a lot of weight, and
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
um, it's 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 the job of the club to stick to a plan,
yeah,
regardless of what ex-players are saying. Stick to your plan, regardless of what everyone else is saying, and be confident in what you're doing. Do not be swayed by what Gary Neville is saying or what Paul Scholes is saying. That again tells me that these guys don't know what they're doing. So
yeah.
I mean, uh, uh, Gary Neville, that guy, he flip flops, man. He says one thing. There's a clip of him saying, he
Ten
doesn't
Hag.
know why
He
doesn't
even told
want
Ten
to
Hag to play
back.
three at the back.
Yeah, to Ten Hag, he said he told Ten Hag to play three at the back. But then it's the same person that's complaining that Amorim needs to change the system, needs to change the formation. It's not working. So like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like
That's
you
what I'm
can't.
saying.
He just wants to see our team win, to be
Yeah, I
Yeah,
honest,
but
like
know.
at the
everyone
same
else. But
time,
Yeah, like
but when
yeah,
but when it doesn't go his way, he's offering his opinion, but nobody really wants it because you don't know how to coach. Simple as that.
exactly.
but I
He
don't
failed
see
as a
other
coach.
club
He failed as a
ex-players
coach.
doing
But
this. What the United ex-players do to United. They do. Yes, they have the passion and they care, but they're doing more damage than good. That's my point.
Yeah,
I don't see Liverpool ex-players going on and running and bashing slot. I mean, they can, but the way we are is so toxic.
yeah,
the thing is, the club, right? The people
Allows
running
it.
the club, they allow like they allow it. They listen to it. That's the problem. They listen to this stuff
so
and they allow it to affect them. They if I'm running the club, right? I would. I mean, you have to be 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 confident enough, be confident in what you're doing, right? To not allow the outside pressure to affect you.
can
It's
I ask
just that
something? What did because Amorim did mention can't listen to the Gary Nevilles in his will. What did Gary Neville say about Ruben prior to that sacking?
He was
Does anyone know?
saying,
no,
yeah, go on, bro. Go on, Bims.
not it's not any specific thing, but Gary Neville, because Gary Neville always has I think after every match match weekend or match day weekend, whatever. He has his opinions about
But
all
he's
the
he's a
matches,
paid Sky
right?
pundit in this country, so he's paid to talk shit
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, he's gonna exactly. He's gonna always talk shit. But the thing
Yeah,
about it is that what Ruben Amorim was saying was that the club, right, should not the club allow themselves to listen to what Gary Neville was saying. Sorry, the club allowed themselves to be influenced by what Gary Neville said.
so
Yeah,
the club is influenced
Yes,
by Sky Sports and what
yeah,
they say about the
yes,
yeah,
club.
yes,
yes.
yes.
Because of the platform in which these players mention. And he mentions it on he also has that subsidiary of that show called The Overlap, which I think
Yeah,
comes under Sky Sports, which is
Yeah.
runs via YouTube. So with that influence and that platform and constantly
Mhm.
bashing and bashing and bashing, people are listening. Fans are gathering more and more momentum. Like, yeah, you know what? This guy's shit. Oh, he's shit, he's shit.
yeah. But I mean,
Mhm.
looking at past shows that we've done, right? Some of our losses have been shit anyway.
I
I mean,
get
the
it.
the football is terrible, right?
I get that.
We
I
don't want
get that.
to ram them to fail, but the football was shit.
Do we have the right players?
Um, I don't think we're ever going to have the right players under
Oh,
this ownership. Under
they
this
Yeah,
said.
no.
ownership, I say, we will never have the right squad.
For years, Bems has been saying this for years.
Yeah.
This club will not win a league title till the Glazers are gone. It's looking very much
The
like that.
Glazers need to go. They needed to go a long time ago. We all know that. But the problem is that they're never gonna assemble the right type of squad, because I don't know if you saw today. Okay, and we can get onto the Brighton game if you want to. Sheer Lacey played with some real intent, and it was unfortunate he picked up two yellows, right? But that's the kind of intent and enthusiasm and energy that you need to have playing in the first
Yeah,
11 or
but
playing for Manchester United. And it's unfortunate because, you could see the passion within him to try and win that game, taking shots from outside the box past two games. I've seen far too many times, even under Amorim, when we don't take shots, we just cut it back. And you can see Šeško waving his hand, waving for the ball, crossing in. He doesn't cross it and he just gets annoyed and comes back. He's constantly making moves. But you just think to yourself, what the hell is going on with some of these players? Even today, second goal, Ugarte, did you see how he just switched off? And he allowed that player to run in right past him. And he's just watching the ball in the corner, not paying attention to who's around him. The way Dallo switches off as well. I mean, unfortunately, I think Dallo is just completely given up at the moment now.
I think, yeah,
Um, there's a lot of players that
even
don't give a damn anymore, and we've had this time and time again every single season. And this is why we'll never have the right squad, because we just don't have the right belief and mentality
right.
throughout
Right.
that
Let
full
me use
squad.
this opportunity to
I'm just
welcome
gonna say one thing.
our global ambassador, the one and only Devin. I haven't seen him in 2026. Welcome to the show, brother. Long time. How are you? Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year. I wish we could have gotten off to a better start, but wow. Yeah.
I know. Managerless. Int managerless. Interim manager who's going to hand it to another interim manager if they decide to go that way. It is what. So before we go into the Brighton game, we're talking like, are you 100% satisfied with the Amorim sacking?
Absolutely not.
Why not? I'm not, but I want to hear your people want to hear why are you not happy with the sacking? A lot of people said he need to go. The results are bad. Well, he was is the lowest percentage win since at pro Alex Ferguson, even worse than Ron Atkinson from 1985 to 84, 87. So
Let me explain it this way right now.
please,
And I always say this is a problem with society as a whole. People want instant success, not delayed gratification.
there you go.
You could clearly see that there was an improvement. Obviously, going from 15th, there's not much lower you could go. So you could see that the team was starting to move in the right direction. He realistically had how many first team players were actually brought in for him?
Three.
Three?
Yeah.
Exactly. Because you can't really count Diego Leon.
No, no.
So you bring that in, you're starting to see an improvement with our attack started looking good. Our stats were I think that we were having like the most shots in the league.
Yeah, third in the league
And
behind
so the,
Liverpool
the
and
problem
City.
the problem was that okay, we needed to work on the back line and the midfield. And with more transfer windows coming in, it could have gotten better and better. But however, his last press conference exposed something which I was suspecting was happening, but he pretty much said it. He's there to manage. The people up top can do their other positions, but it seems now like these owners, they're following the Chelsea model, which is the model of what a lot of NFL teams here in the States do, where it's like they pretty much want to call all the shots, and this guy who's in charge, his job is simply their coach. They'll make the decisions on the players. They'll make the decisions on the formations that they want to play. And Amram was like, no, I didn't come here for this. And so it goes now. The next part about this is now that you sacked him and you pretty much made this known, and you say that we're still a big club, even though results are not showing that, what big name manager is going to want to come here where he's going to have to pretty much do everything that the people above him say he's not going to be able to manage the way he wants to?
We're not getting any big name managers anymore.
That's
not for the. Yeah, we're not.
Exactly.
We have to. We're looking for up
so-
and coming hungry managers that want to try and take on this disaster of a club.
So, and that's why I said it's, you look at this now, I believe if you were giving him time, it would have worked out. I truly believe that.
But
And
what
so-
about
but it's-
if you speak out badly against your employer publicly? What happens then?
Well, here's the thing. If he didn't do it, would anything have changed in the background? For
Say that.
example, like if he didn't do that, would anything have changed behind the scenes? No.
There's clearly
Nothing would
friction
change.
between him and Wilcox.
Because I mean, it's like look for example, when Ronaldo did the same thing, and that actually led to the training ground being revamped.
Yeah, but there was clearly friction between him and Wilcox, and Wilcox being Barada's right-hand man, it's like he was just turning against his employers.
Well, yeah,
I won't say Wilcox
he
was
said
brought
that
as well.
they said Wilcox was now
Understand.
beginning to micromanage him, that every Friday he has to meet with Wilcox and go over tactics. The way it's supposed to work is the director of football asks the football manager, what can I do to better? Not you saying you need to do this. It should be the reverse. I listened to Mark Bosnich when he spoke. He said this club is going the wrong way. He said the director of football should be listening to the manager, not the manager listening to the director of football.
So the director's football was meddling with the coaching.
Yes.
I mean,
Jason Wilcox
has been-
every Friday. That's why they said you need to switch to back four. But he told them at the beginning, I don't play for. But they said, don't worry, just start. If you take this job, it's now or never. We can't wait till then. Say that.
So Amorim has played a back four in other clubs, yeah. It's just that he was influenced by a specific coach, and I don't know who it was when he was in Portugal, that he found that a back three allowed more of overload in midfield and attack. And so he just decided that his philosophy from now on is going to go to a back three. But he had started life as a back four coach.
Right.
But he is kind of stubborn. He's just said, look, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to adapt. I'm going to stick with the back three, even if it doesn't work. Because how is it going to make me look if I then suddenly change my mind? The fact is that he went to a back four against Newcastle and we won, even though it was a shit game in the second half, shows that it can work. Or maybe the squad is more geared up to play a back four. But as a head coach, then you have to make that decision. Am I doing the best for the club and best for myself if I can adapt myself to the team that I've inherited? And then implement a back three once I get the players I need. But until that point, because this is a results-based business, am I willing to adapt and be flexible and play a back four when I need to? And he didn't want to do that.
Okay, but then in response to that, we played the back four today, 4-3-3, 4-3-3.
Today, yeah, under Fletcher. Yeah, because
So,
that's a different issue. This is what Fletcher has to deal with.
Well,
But I think the team's been geared for so long to play with the back four, and they've just never been able to adapt.
I don't necessarily see for me. I don't necessarily say I can't tell you, oh, this team is suited to a back three or back four, right? Because we played a back four today, we lost. Forget the manager.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Right?
So
We
Rio
played the back four
Ferdinand.
against Burnley as well.
Yeah.
to be honest,
So Rio Ferdinand basically said, and he knows a lot of this.
Hold on. Let Ben finish. Let Ben
Go on.
finish off.
Yeah. So we played a back four against Newcastle, We
Yeah,
played good for 45 minutes. The second half, Newcastle took over.
but
If
we didn't concede a single goal
we
with the back
basically
four.
defended,
But we were
I
hanging on,
understand
bro.
that,
We were
but
We
hanging
were
again,
on to
hanging
them.
on.
we
That
were
second half was
yeah,
terrible.
see, all that needs to happen is something to change in the game. And if they scored, it would have been a whole totally different
Yeah,
conversation.
that's fine.
We
That's
played the
fine. You
back
know,
four under Eric Ten Hag.
yeah,
Wait,
that's fine.
let me finish. We played a back four under Eric Ten
Yeah,
Hag. Eric Ten Hag got sacked for the back. He got
yeah.
sacked playing the back
So
four.
yeah, but
Mourinho
I'm
got
talking
sacked
about
playing
just
the back four.
adapting. I'm just talking about
Wagner
adapting.
got sacked playing the back four.
That's fine. I'm
Yeah,
just
but the
talking
thing
about,
about it,
is a
Amorim
coach willing
himself,
to
One
adapt
at a
based on
time.
the
said
Finish,
coach?
finish. Bams, you finished?
All right.
he was no, I haven't finished. I haven't finished. He said yes that he has his own system, but he said it in multiple interviews or press conferences that he is going to change once the players get the principles. There were moments in the game where we played with a back four in game, then it switched to a back three, then it was switched to a back five, depending on the moments in the game. If you watch, even Harry Maguire even said, Harry
Yes,
Maguire
I
said
know. In
in
game, they do
the
switch
interview,
from 3 to
he
4 to
said there are
5. I've
multiple
seen it.
games where
Yeah.
they play with a back four, right?
Yeah.
So it's all this formation stuff, back three, back four. It doesn't mean crap unless you have the players, right, that can understand and play whichever system you're trying to play. And in my
Yeah.
opinion,
So,
we've not had the players.
so I need to
Agreed.
ask this question, Bems. Sorry, your sound quality is really bad. Um, can that team under
Sorry,
Ruben, could they
my
play
bad.
that back three effectively, do you think? Did they play it effectively?
They did not play it effectively because he did not have all the players he needed. Simple.
I'm
He
not
did
asking
not
about
have
other
all the players
players.
he
I'm
needed.
asking about, did that squad that he had, were they able to play a back three effectively?
No,
They weren't.
neither did and and
That's
and,
the
and, and,
problem.
and
There in
neither
itself is the
and
problem. They
neither
weren't able to
Here's
do it.
Yeah. Let me bring
and
Devin
neither
in. Let
Yeah,
me
did
let's
bring
the
go.
back
Devin
Let's
in.
go.
four
Let's
effectively.
let's make it conversational anyway, because
All right.
It's
So
the
yeah.
same
Let
thing with the
let's
back four.
I want to
Arguing with the
address
back
this
four.
right
okay.
now because I started to see a pattern with this. If you remember when Ten Hag came in, he played a different style.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was right after he switched to one to accommodate to the players. All of a
Exactly.
sudden, they refused to
Yeah,
play
exactly.
anything
Thank
and
you.
go back to how it was before. So it was almost like the
Accommodation
pattern
the
was repeating
players.
itself all over again with Amorim. And so Amorim said it flat out. He said it. There's going to be a storm until this gets fixed. And everyone knew about it. They said, "Yeah, it's coming. We'll be all right." But all of a sudden, when you start getting in the storm, people want to jump ship then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's why it's like that's why I fear that this cycle is going to keep continuing and continuing.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
So I just wanted, it's an interesting point you made there, Devin. So what happens if that storm, and we were in that storm with Amorim, I'm not saying I agree with the sacking, yeah, I don't. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. What if that storm and that lack of adaptability continued for the entire 3 years term for his contract? What would they do then? Would they say, "Oh, Amorim, yes, we understand this is a project and people are still trying to learn your system and be effective and win the Premier League. Come the end of your 3 years, or coming close to 2.5 years, what do you think they would do then, the club? Would
I
they
would have
decide to keep him
assumed
on?
they would have gotten the players by then to have already said it
Exactly.
fits.
Thank
And
you.
if they
Thank you,
hadn't,
Tim. Thank you,
The,
and
Tim.
if
the,
they
the
hadn't,
next here's the
You
next
can't.
part about that. If you're going in on that,
Yeah,
was he properly
but that was
backed?
on the
Because he
project.
was not backed. But let's be honest, he was not properly backed.
Exactly. Thank you. He was not back. The guy
So
was
so
not back.
so
He was only
remember
getting
that
his three attacking plays.
it's a
That's it.
constant carousel of players coming in, coming out.
right.
I wonder if there would ever be the correct balance in the squad, ever. I don't think I've
Okay.
ever seen it
Who
in the past
It will
13
remembers?
years.
never. It will
Who
never
I've never
be.
seen
remembers?
It will
it.
never be.
Who
It will never be.
remembers? Who
The only
remembers
time,
when
the only time you will get a balance is when you stick with one manager
they
for
are not? They
for a
can't.
consistent
That's
period of
They
time.
can't,
the
because this is a
external
That's not. It will never
influence.
work.
results-based business.
Then,
This is a
Ex-
then it,
results-based
but the thing
business.
about it, it will never work. It will never work. Then it
I
will
know.
never. Something has to give.
That's why this club is
Something has to
doomed
give.
while we are
But
under current ownership.
I have to say
So,
I
who,
agree.
who remembers? Who remembers when
I
Ten Hag
agree.
was asked, "Why are we not playing the football you promised, the Dutch football you were promised?" What did he say? He said, "That's never gonna happen." Why?
Why?
Because when he tried to implement it, they told him, you better stick to this 4-3-3 or whatever." And look at the results that came. He got fired. So
No,
What
no,
I
it,
what's
don't
his
think
what
this
was
I
Ten
club.
think
what was Ten
was.
Hag's favorite system,
It
by the way?
wasn't.
Can you
No, but
remind me?
The
Ten Hag played a 4-3-3.
4-3-3, I think it
It's
was.
just that when
Was
he
it?
played it, right, the midfield was too open. He played a one holding midfielder, and that person that I think his first few games, if I'm not mistaken, he played, was it Mount in that holding position, right? Was it Mount, wherever he played in that holding position? We were very open.
Mhm.
Like they scored. I think whoever we played, was it Bright? I forgot who we played. We considered 4 goals like the first game or second game. We were way open.
Yeah, that
It
Brentford.
just didn't work.
Brentford.
It was Brent. Well, I forgot who it was.
Yeah.
We conceded so many
Yeah,
games. It was the
yeah.
same 4-3-3, but it's just that is the way you implemented it just didn't work. The
Right.
personnel, it didn't work.
James, your
Well,
It
sound is
was too
really
open.
muffled, mate.
okay.
It's
So,
really, really
okay,
bad.
this is what we're
Oh, my
gonna do.
bad, my bad. Sorry about it. It's
So, Bems is against the sacking. So was Devin. Vim is 50-50 results driven business. I
Look,
get that. I get it. I get it. I get it. I
yeah,
really do get it. But
I
I
just want to see us
think
win, man.
I
That's
think
it.
we've got to a point whereby we need to start to realize I don't think any manager can ever succeed in this club because there's too much external influences. The Gary Neville's, those
They're
pundits,
So can I can
there are
I
too
can I say
many.
something on that?
always
Can
gonna
I
be
say
like
something
that.
on that really quick?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I am at this point now where when it comes to these ex-players having these opinions on UK channels, on their podcasts, or whatever else as well, I don't want to take anything away from what they did as players. They earned it
Exactly.
not as players. But at this point, when they're speaking on what a manager should be doing, if they're not going to go in and take a coaching role themselves and show us how it should be done, stop talking.
Yeah,
I'm
you
at
just
that point with them.
yeah. I agree. I agree.
They
And
they,
just
they,
like he
they, they
said on
can they
that
can
pod,
speak they can speak about what the player should be doing all day, left and right, because they've done that. How many of them have been successful managers?
None.
The
none.
closest that they had was Ole, and that was in Norway.
That's it. That's it.
So I've stopped caring what they have to speak about managerial tactics because of that.
So I'm sure a lot of fans also stopped caring, but then why is the club reacting so
Because
badly
they
to
have
this?
people like Gary Neville constantly in the ear. But think about it. That what he said on that last press conference against the Leeds press conference. When you have people like Gary Neville always having something to say, the club should start addressing external noises because
Hmm.
those people have platforms that spin around and influence fans and opinions and it's all about noise and social media is like it's like a wildfire. It just goes and like I said, I did not like the way he was sacked. I think the club is impatient. I think the next manager, whoever is going to go through the same thing. If it's one of the old boys, you're going to notice the regular guys who always give the external predictions, I mean criticism, won't say anything because he's one of their friends, he's one of their mates. But
I
someone
wonder
else,
though. Yeah, I wonder. It's
Van
an interesting
Gaal,
point.
same
Yeah,
thing.
I wonder
Mourinho,
though.
same thing. Ole, they didn't say much on him till he got fired. Then Ragnick, same thing. It's the same thing. Tell me one manager they've never criticized. Tell me one. None. There's always something to say.
So just occurred to me. I wonder if Ruben is actually on borrowed time in terms of the board's view on him, because the way we played against Everton with 10 men when we should have really clearly won that game. I think it was
Right.
what 77 minutes with 10 players,
Yes.
and there was just lack of any quality.
Right.
Then Grimsby, that loss, some other losses. The Wolves loss. We're the only team that Wolves has taken points off. Everyone else has
The
beaten
draw.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, two draws now against Wolves, against a team that's going to be relegated.
Yeah, two
Every
draws.
single relegation, the West Ham game we should have won. Every team that is at the bottom basically seem to play better football than us. And I just wonder, therefore, if the board had been having these discussions prior to all of this sacking, that is this kind of borrowed time. We're going to see results or we're not. And if we're not anymore, we need to just pull the plug.
Okay. If that's where they want to go, then let's keep welcoming 6 months. Just give the manager a 6 month
Well,
contract.
maybe do it. Do a 6 month or 1 year
Like I
contract.
said,
Right.
if you're
Let
gonna do this,
me let me
I
introduce
want
Kenny.
all these ex players who are speaking on shows, let them get in the interim role and step up.
Yeah.
Let's see what
all
they got.
together,
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
a
let's see what they got.
consortium of managers.
Let's
Yeah.
see what they got.
Because we're getting tired of this now. Let me use
Yeah.
this opportunity to welcome the one and only, the smiley one, Kay. Happy New Year, brother. Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
How are you, mate? You all right?
yeah, not too bad. Apart
Yeah,
from United.
I've seen your opinions in the chat. I've not seen your
Yeah.
opinions. The fans out here haven't seen your opinions. Where you stand with the Amorim sacking? You got 5 minutes quickly. Let's go.
I was probably against Amorim second. I said you've got to give him the whole season. And this is the only manager we've sacked apart from Van Gaal when they've done better than the previous season. Even though the first season was bad, but we were still in shot of Champions League,
Yes.
Europa League, and yeah, it's just ripped up the reset again basically. And who's to say the next manager comes in will want to get rid of some of these players that we've got? So it's just back to the drawing board. Hopefully, the manager we get in, if we can get the manager that we want in, can do something with the players we've got and add to it. But yeah, it's just. But like I was saying to people before, like this came because I think they basically gave him a rope to hang himself because he blew up in that interview. It
Yeah,
wasn't like
against Leeds. I think he just
yeah,
snapped.
like, and obviously we've heard that obviously had a meeting with Amorim. I mean, a meeting with Wilcox on the
Wilcox.
Friday. They're telling him how to play, what position to play, what system to play. And as a manager, if you've got people above you telling you how to play, you're gonna blow up because you
Thank
can't be a
you.
manager of a
Thank
club and
you.
people telling you what to say. That's like you going to your job. It's worse than micromanaging. It's worse than
He
that. It's
said that
almost like
always Wilcox was micromanaging him. Every Friday
you
they
can't
had a meeting.
micromanage a football manager with someone that's not a manager. They don't know what they're doing. They're telling you what to
Thank
do.
you.
And if it
Thank
goes wrong,
you.
he's the one that's going to get the blame, no one else. So he might as well go and do the thing that he thinks is right and die on his sword and get sacked for what he thinks is right, not what other people think's right.
And that's
So
why
yeah,
he
I'm
said,
always against it.
that's why he said the scouting department, director of football, need to do the job. He will do his job, and we meet again in 18 months. That was the 3 year plan. And here
Yeah,
we are again.
yeah.
Well,
So, but yeah, I was gutted when they sacked him. But I knew after that press conference, it was
I
almost
knew
like
it, yeah.
he basically gave him no choice but to sack him.
It was my mum who called me. I think she was sitting and watching Sky Sports because God bless her, she was watching Sky News on
Yeah.
Monday morning. And she called me like, what's my mum calling at 4 a.m.? Because she only called me if there's an emergency. I said,
Yeah.
I think you guys sacked the manager. I said, oh my God, he's got to
That's
be.
an emergency. That's an emergency.
So I looked at her like, oh
Yeah.
my God. So because it was 10 o'clock UK, they made that announcement. Which was 4 a.m. US. I like, oh, you can't don't tell me that he's been gone. And it was like, oh God, he's gone.
Yeah.
But how many more? Okay, let's say we get Ole now. Where do we stand with Ole? Is he gonna bring the results back that everybody's looking forward to? What is it, Devin? If Ole comes back now, what do they think he's gonna do?
You know, I have it seems to me that they're trying to go off this mantra that, oh, you have the X player, he has a feel good factor about him, it's going to appease the fan base for a temporary moment. And some fans might fall for that. But the ones who are actually looking behind the scenes are going to realize, no, this is just a never ending cycle. It's going to be. So here we go again now. Because now you're going back to also, you're going to play if I remember, he does the 4-2-3-1, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So back to
Counter
the
attack.
back to the double pivot that everybody hated beforehand. And so how long before people start criticizing that? And it's just you're gonna come in here and keep in mind he already has bad blood. Well, actually, this could work out in our favor because I don't want to see Dalot play again at this point. I know he has bad blood with him and also bad blood with Shaw. And so you're thinking about this now. It just it does not make any sense at all. And all the plans that we're working out right now, I really think that United playing anything above Conference League next year is in serious jeopardy right now because of it.
Wow. Let me use this opportunity to welcome UK's representative, Mr. Fortress, Mr. Kenneth. Happy New Year. Welcome to the show, mate.
Happy New Year, guys. How's it going?
Can you lower your camera a little bit because you're like kind of cut off?
We can't see you. There you go. Let's see that. Let's see your handsome face. Don't be hiding, mate. What's wrong with you? Right. Okay. Ken, as you know, you were never a big Amorim fan. Are you happy? Did you pop up the champagne bottles when he was
Well,
fired?
wrong timing. It was wrong timing. We shouldn't have sacked him. I said it, after the Liverpool game. I said we've got to, give him to the end of the season. Again, the incompetence from Ineos is just there to be seen. In the last 2 years, we've had these clowns in charge. We've gone from bad to worse. And I'll say this right now. I would rather have the Glazers because at least with the Glazers, yes, they don't know anything about football, but they won't tolerate nonsense. We're tolerating nonsense. We've gone from bad to worse. The Glazers, Amorim would have at least it would have, the decision to sack Amorim would have been done at the right time. Sacking Amorim now is an absolute disgrace, and we've sacked him. There is no plan. So we've sacked him and we've put an under-18s coach in charge of Manchester United. So you've gone from a guy who's been a manager, who's won titles. Yes, he's not the right guy for us. We all know that he wasn't the right guy for us. But you've gone from frying pan to fire. You've gone from having a manager who's won leagues to someone that manages the under-18s. And this is what you get. And what was the strategy today? Oh, let's get the ball to Lacey, an 18-year-old. Everyone stopped playing. Back to freestyle, Ollie style football. That's what we saw today. We're back to square one. What we got rid of 2, 3, 4 years ago is back. The double pivot still not working. You know, everyone stopped playing. You know, the, we had players on the ball. Yes, granted, Bruno wasn't at the top of his game. Cunha wasn't at the top of his game. But Fletcher just in that second half, last 40, 30 minutes, get the ball to Lacey. That was his strategy. How is that going to win you football matches? An 18-year-old is he's just coming for his FA Cup debut. It's just not acceptable. Everything now points towards Ineos. It's the decision making. Let's look at what they've done. You brought in Omar, the guy from Newcastle. I can't remember his name again. Dan
Uh,
Ashworth. Yeah, Dan Ashworth.
yeah. Then they
He
sacked
was.
him.
This is the guy. This is the guy that supposedly, changed the way football operated in England from an English FA perspective. He built up the FA, did some good work with Newcastle. He got rid of him after 8 months, paid him off. You know. Then he brought in, Omar Barada and Jason Wilcox. Wilcox, how dare him go to a manager and say, I know
He
about
was in
tactics. What are
Southampton,
you
mate.
doing? What are you doing going to a manager telling him I know about football? Sometimes I'm a coach. Absolute nonsense. You know, and the thing is, they didn't even sack Amorim because of football reasons. They sacked Amorim because of what he said, and rightly so. Amorim got upset because he wanted Semenyo and a striker because he realized that Sesko needed help. He didn't want to put him through what Highland went through. He said, "Look, we need a striker, and we need Semenyo
Midfield.
and possibly a midfielder." And then Jason Wilcox is telling him no. That's why he lost the plot, and then he said what he had to say. We got rid of him because of antics, not football. So that's a big, big issue. So,
So they
we're a
want a
mess.
yes man. They want a yes man.
That's
Yes.
what I got. Look at my background. They want a puppet. They want someone that they can do that to, you know. And I've just had enough of Ineos right now. Richard and I, we called it from day one. Before Ineos came, we knew this was going to happen. We called it. They're making the wrong. If you're going to get Amorim, there were two opportunities to sack Amorim after the Europa League final. You would have gone, no, thank you. This is the lowest we've ever been since the World War. You're gone. Fans would have been like, fair enough, we finished 15th. Then in October, remember when we had the sequence of losses, back-to-back defeat, that October international break, didn't sack him. Now we're sixth in the league. Yeah, we're sixth in the league, 3 points off top four, and then you get rid of him. Why? Not because football's not happening. Oh, because he said something he shouldn't have said. Are you mad? Are you mad? It's
So
just. It's unbelievable, man.
So,
And what's your take on all these ex-players having opinions on that?
They all need to be shut. Amorim said it. One of the things that Amorim said was, the ex-players were saying too much, and the
and the
club
club
didn't do enough
allows
to
it.
stop it. Yeah. The club didn't do enough to stop them. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what Amorim would like to do to stop it. I'd like to hear what strategies he has in mind, or ideas he has in mind to stop it. Because if that works, it's something that we need to do. All these guys are look at Nicky Bott
I
sitting
know,
next to
right?
Fergie today. What are you doing? You've never been to the ground. Like, when was the last time he came to the ground? Because it's your friend. You got your friend managing. Oh, yeah,
Uh,
old boys club. Let's go and see what he can do.
moral
Where
support.
were you? Where were you when
Did
we
you
were in the trenches?
did you hear my rant about it earlier?
Disgraceful. And I didn't hear it, but it's an
So
absolute disgrace.
what I said was, for all these ex-players who all have these opinions on how a team should be managed and whatnot, why don't they either go and get the coaching roles themselves at the club, or stop talking at this point?
They need to
That,
stop talking.
that's
All
where
of them.
that's
Your
where
Paul
that's
Scholes, your
where
Gary
my
Neville's, your Keane
that's
talking
where I'm at.
about giving the manager the permanent role to Eddie Howe. Are you mad? Like, what? Why? What's the guarantee? Eddie Howe walks into Man United with all this nonsense going on and turns it around. He's not the guy for us.
As it stands, there are too many ex-players who have an opinion, and these opinions, like I said, because they say things on platforms that all go into the mindset of fan base, and the fan base are also half of the fan base are deluded. They listen to all these guys. Oh yeah, you got to go. You got to go. Okay, got to go.
Do you know
Who
what's going to shut
can
them up?
what?
Winning
Yeah, shut down winning for how long?
continuously.
This is what I was saying. What was Gary
How can
Neville's
you?
record at Valencia again?
We've got to win. We've got to go. We've got to go and start winning. We've got to start challenging for title. That'll shut them up.
We're not challenging for no titles, not
Well,
under
when we
this
do, then
environment.
they'll shut up because then they'll have nothing negative to say. They can say, "Oh yeah, how great this manager is,
For
how
a
great the club
manager
is."
to succeed in this climate, it's like you're asking a plant to grow with the soil around it so corrosive, so the soil is so bad, it cannot bear any fruit. This board, the ownership, cannot bring a manager
So,
that's going to lead a win title.
so
We
why
cannot win
why
a
do you
league
think
title
the ex-players don't talk about the ownership?
because most of them are on the payroll, I believe. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Gary Neville
And
he's planning
Gary,
the new stadium. He's part of the new stadium committee.
exactly my point. And
And
when he asks,
Rio still has access to the club. He still goes there on a regular basis. So if he spoke out against the ownership, he wouldn't be given privileged access.
that's my
Same goes
point.
for all the ex-players. So they won't talk about the ownership because
So
they lose
tell me
privileged
why.
access.
So why would they now criticize the club when the club gives them benefits to do what they need to do? They can't. They're just going to keep going around in a circle. Like
Well,
Gary Neville had the audacity to say after the sacking, it's about time this club stops going around in a circle and stick to one plan. You're part of the problem, bro.
You know it was interesting because it wasn't too long ago that he was on his podcast talking about we should play three in the back.
You were very Ten Hag.
Now all of a
No,
sudden,
Gary Neville. Yeah, Gary
Ten
Neville
Hag.
said
I said
yes,
it
he
in the group.
wanted three at the back.
It's with
Yeah,
Ten Hag.
yeah,
I
yeah.
posted it in the group.
Gary Neville said that the team is built. The defenders we have are built for three at the
That's when
back. Yeah,
Maguire
back.
was the captain.
And
That's what he said.
you go around saying that, and then all of a sudden we play three in the back, and now you're criticizing it. So it's like, make up your mind.
That's what
But you
I'm
know what? But you know
saying.
why he's saying that though? Because Maguire was starting, and that was to protect Maguire because they could play with a free. Maguire don't play anymore. That's why they don't say it anymore because Maguire's not a starter.
Oh, God.
But again, I go back to this same statement. All these ex-players, what are their managerial records?
None of excelled. None of excelled.
I'll start with Gary Neville at Valencia. How did that turn out?
Oh, God.
useless.
It was useless. I think, what, 10 games? I think they told him he was fired after 10 games, I think. Keane was fired at, was it Sunderland or Ipswich Town?
Both.
There you go. Solskjaer, I hope it's not Solskjaer, but I think they're going to make Solskjaer the manager this week.
Don't say that.
No.
We're going
Okay, let's
backwards,
talk
mate,
about
if we
that.
do that.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
going backwards.
The
You know the
fact that they've
only
actually gone and talked to Solskjaer is a
It shows them.
disgrace
It's a
on Ineos.
disgrace.
It's
you
an
know the only
embarrassment to
ex-player
Ineos.
that I would like to see in the interim job because he did a good job before was Rude.
Right.
Yeah.
They won't give it
But
to him. I
Bruce
doubt
was
it.
terrible at Leicester. That's why I don't know.
They'll probably give it to Carrick.
Yeah, but he's managing the championship. The thing
Carrick only
is,
managed 4 games for us, or
Carrick's
two
out of
games.
work as well.
But
Yeah, he's out of work.
Rude at least got a
we haven't
reaction
got a
out of
lot
the
of
players at
options.
United. So that's why it's like give it. Let's see.
But why are we going for all these old boys, man? This is what I mean. Jason
Because
Wilcox.
they're the only
Cheap
ones who will
option.
jump out of sinking ship right now.
Yeah.
Jason Wilcox should be sacked because for you to
No one's
throw
sacking
your
him, bro. No way.
Agreed.
throw your throw
Should be
your
sacked.
toys out the pram just because he said something. Why don't you just call him into the office and say, look, let's okay, just say, I realize now this guy is not a long-term manager. Fine, let's just manage it till the end of the season. Things are not even as bad as it used to be. We were 14, 15, and you left the guy in charge. We're 6, literally 3 points. And guys, I'm gonna say this here: if we had Amorim today, I don't see us losing this game. Worst case scenario would have been a draw. But then you brought all this decision making. It
So,
just kills me.
why is Fletcher failing? I mean, he's playing for the back. Why is he not
He's not
delivering the
manager.
result? He went to Burnley and
He's an
still could not
under-18
deliver 3 points. What's the problem there? Okay, can you bring me to speed on that one? We have Fletcher. He's an
Yeah.
ex-player. He played for United. He knows the United DNA, as I don't seem to know where that effing thing comes from anymore. He went to Burnley. He played for the back. We still didn't get the 3 points. Today, for the back, we still didn't win. What is the problem there?
Because you can't get an under-18s manager to manage in the Premier League. The level that you have to be able to manage in the Premier League is a lot higher than academy football. Academy football,
Exactly.
you just have to be. It's less tactical.
Exactly.
Whereas with the Premier League, the attention to detail has to be very, very good, and obviously being able to counteract or try and change the way we play to make the other team change. Like, you got to have experience doing that. And if you haven't managed in the Premier League, it's not a joke. You can't go from kids football to managing in the Premier League. So
But
yeah,
that's
I think a lot of the players are pissed off that Amorim was sacked as well.
you can see it's from the body language.
That's why
Yeah.
the atmosphere is flat, the energy is
Yeah.
flat. They're all like, there's nothing
Yeah.
inspiring at the moment for them.
I'm not surprised about that. Bruno is probably fuming because he was gonna go Saudi and Amorim told
I
him
mean, begged him to
chill.
stay.
Yeah. Even Dallo, all these guys. I know Dallo has been atrocious, but the players, the players that are happy that he's gone, are far fewer the players that wanted him to stay.
Exactly.
Even Xerxes thinking, okay, yeah, I can play now. He was on the bench today, so he's probably thinking, what's going on here?
So we got City next and Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Is it Fletcher going to be the manager, or we're going to look for an interim for those
They'll
2
have
games?
somebody else in by then. Probably
Yeah.
the next 2
Tomorrow
days.
morning.
2 days,
Tomorrow
2
morning
days
will
tops,
probably
I think.
be announced. Yeah.
And Vim, who do you think is going to be? I'm just going to go around everybody. Vim, who are you thinking United are appointing this week?
For a manager, interim.
Yeah. There's...
My God. I don't think it really matters. They're going to fail anyway, but we're going to get stonked in these next two games. Going to get battered.
Who should go be though?
I don't know. Probably maybe Carrick.
I mean, Carrick.
They might keep Fletcher on for another game. I don't know. I don't really give a shit because we're not
So
winning
you're
these
going
next
with
2 games.
you're going with Carrick.
Maybe.
All right, Kay.
I think they're gonna go with Ollie because it's better the devil, you know.
God's sake.
Fletcher's gonna go back to the under-18.
That's a backward move.
Fletcher's got kids in the academy, so for him, they put him in a bit of an awkward position, managing, and then his kids were on the bench. So for him, he probably just wants to come away from that, be back what he was doing. But I think to put Carrick in is a huge risk. I know you're gonna have fans that'll be like, "Oh, but Ollie's had his chance," but we know what Ollie has done as an interim and what he's done with certain teams. With Carrick, he's managed in the Championship, and he's not had as many jobs as Ollie, so it's a big risk.
Do you think Ollie will succeed in this interim job?
I don't think anyone's
No.
going to succeed.
No.
So then what's the point of having him?
So- Well,
That was the question. Why did we sack Amorim with no plan?
Ken, who is United appointing this week?
I think they're probably going to give it to Carrick because the Ineos are such incompetent clowns that they're going to fall for the crowd noise because everyone's complaining now, saying, why are you bringing Oli back? And rightly so. The fact that Ineos are talking to Oli
Oli is
is a
even is
disgrace.
a disgrace.
This is someone that the Glazers sacked, right? He wasn't good. He was deemed not good enough, and you're bringing him back now because you think, oh, he's good enough for a short term. Nothing. It's just laughing. I think that
Oh
if
boy.
we should be looking outside this Fergie bubble, man. That's what I just don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Are we trying to all across Europe? There's no manager that can come in and do a decent job.
No.
Just because we had Ralph Ranić and it didn't work, does it mean that all the other managers in Europe are going to come in and they'll fail? We're
The,
look at it today. Look at Fletcher today. I'm sure Fletcher would have speaking to Fergie, Nicky Butt, all of that. They would have had a WhatsApp group call, and then they're all throwing ideas. That's why
mm,
Fergie's there.
mm.
And you're telling me an 18-year-old, this is his debut, right? Your tactical plan is to get the ball to him, Bruno, so he can whip it in.
He ain't no run gigs.
Yeah, it's not going to work. So if you ask me, they'll probably give it to Carrick because they'll fall for the pressure.
Right. Bebs, who's United hunting giving the interim manager to this week?
Okay, you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So my audio better now.
You're muffling. Who do you think they're going to be
My
giving
fault.
the interim man? I can hear you now. Who's the interim manager this week?
I think it's gonna be Ole.
Huh?
I think it's gonna be Ole.
Ole.
Guardiola.
Yeah.
Did you say Guardiola?
Oh, shut up, baby.
I heard Guardiola as well.
Yes.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, we'll take him as interim. I don't
I
worry.
think it's gonna be Pep Guardiola. I think we've been in talks with him for the past week. I think it's gonna be a great time to have Pep come in on an interim basis. Yeah, obviously, it's gonna be Ole. I think it's gonna be Ole.
Right.
It's gonna be
Devin.
Big
All right. Cheers, mate. Devin.
So, because of the incompetence of this board, I think they're going to select Ole, who's going to fail because we don't have the players to fit his double pivots.
Ole at the wheel. Wow. Wow. Well. It is laughable. It is very laughable. At the same time, it's very sad where we've come to. It's like we've not bringing Ole back looks like we never left 2021. It seems like we're
Yeah,
back in that
exactly.
pandemic bubble again
Exactly.
with a different set of players. Okay, Ole at the wheel. Who's he going to bring his background stuff? Carrick, the other guy for his retirement. I don't even know. It's just to comprehend Ole at the wheel. Even him. Where's the respect? Like, you know what? No, thank you. Thank you for thinking about me, but no. But he is so eager. He is so eager to come back. Like, I love this club so much. I mean, God, my brother, move on. He went to Turkey. He got fired. I don't know how long he was in Turkey for. Vim, can you help us
And
check
you
it?
know how long it took him to get that Turkey job? Years.
Oh,
It took him about
yes.
3 years before he got that job, and he didn't
He came
last.
for a job in America for an MLS club. He didn't get it. How long was he at that Turkey club? And why did he get fired? If you can't manage a Turkish club, what gives you the job that you can manage Manchester United? Indians think he can. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, Mourinho got sacked in Turkey, but that's because he called out the corruption.
Mourinho's one. At this point, Mourinho is just going there as a rebel.
So he got appointed the job in
I
January
wanna say
2025,
Mhm.
Ollie. January 2025.
Besiktas.
Basically, yeah. When did he get sacked?
Let's see.
Months later.
Yeah, it was months later for sure. It was 2 months.
February.
Jesus.
No way, no. Come on. No. No, be
No,
serious, be
All
serious.
right, wait, hold on. So
No,
he was appointed head coach on January 18th,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he was sacked on August 28th.
8
So
months.
why did they fire him? Was it he doesn't look the rebel type to call out the board. He don't look he has
he's
the
results
balls.
driven. He's a poor manager. It's a poor
His
manager.
one would be based on results, truly,
I
right?
don't, I don't, I don't think Ineos think that they're only going to be able to do a good job. I think they're doing it for a reason. I think they're just
PA
trying to
purposes,
like,
pacify the
well,
fans.
they just want somebody
I
who can
mean,
steady the ship,
it-
as they believe.
Oh,
Yeah, but
That's
that's
the
not
it-
going to
it-
work.
I agree. I
He won't
agree.
steady the
I
ship.
agree with you. I
He
agree.
won't steady the ship.
They won't.
It'll
yeah,
turn out to be a disaster because what fans will go, look, we were 3 points off top four and Ineos blew it. That's what's going to happen. 3 points, literally
I,
three
I,
points.
I, I also think
And
that
your camera's doing that thing again.
when he when he took over a Mourinho, I think the
mm-hmm.
players were just left like there was no confidence. Like the mood in the locker room was really poor.
Right. There was a
So he came
toxicity
in
with
and he
Mourinho.
just
Right.
uplifted. Yeah. So in case, I think the players really like Amorim. That in itself, the way we perform today, we there's no new manager bounds. If
No
Ole
new
was to
man.
come
Yeah,
and do well, we would already been playing well. We'd already been winning on the past couple of games. There's no
exactly. We
new
should have
manager
beaten
bounds. There's
Burnley.
nothing like the. I mean, yeah, we should have beaten Burnley, and we probably should have won today. You should have,
Hmm.
of course. I mean, check this out. Well, it's kind of too late for you guys to see now. Almost every single player in the squad posted something on Instagram saying thank you, Amorim.
Yep.
If not every single player,
Dude, Ahmed at
every
AFCON,
single
Ahmed was
player
getting ready for a
has something.
quarterfinal,
Yeah,
AFCON quarterfinal. He still posted a
yeah,
long message about Amorim. Tells you everything.
exactly.
That's sad. That really is sad, mate. So we're now out of the FA Cup, which means trophyless. No trophies this season. Our first match, third round match at home, 76,000 fans, and we blew it. Ken, what happened today? I mean, they're at home. Brighton are not great away. Danny Welbeck, I know he will score. I know he will always score. But what is the problem? Four at the back today. What is the problem again?
I saw today's game. I saw Ole Gunnar freestyle football again. Took me back to 2021. I was talking to Rich. I saw exactly the same thing. Two double pivot as dysfunctional players not knowing what to do with the ball. You know, he was just incompetent. Dallo being just being Dallo. You know, at 1-0 down, we huffed and puffed. We didn't show anything. There was no game plan. What was the game plan today? What was the strategy? What was the tactical?
Get the ball to Sesko.
Yeah, you know, it was back to freestyle football. Oh, let's just get the team together. They're a good bunch of lads. You know, we've got the quality to win the game. Go out, go out, guys, and win the game. That's it. That's what I saw today, and it was just, you know, yeah.
The thing is,
I
do you
don't know where
reckon
we go
that
from
some of
here.
the players, to me, some of the players look switched off? They didn't look really committed to this project. And I wonder if they're still reeling at the Ruben sacking, that they've
I
just
think so.
lost hope in this club.
Mm.
If
I
you're
think
playing
some
in
of
an
these players want
environment
to
that's
go.
toxic, it is a toxic environment. It doesn't give you an environment to succeed. It's
And
just
again,
so obvious. Okay, why are we out of the FA Cup today? We are home. We played four at the back. What is the problem? Okay, you're on mute.
It's what
Mm,
happens when you don't make a plan and execute. They sacked him because of what he said. Then we find ourselves in a position where we're, we don't know what to do. We've got to try and react to it. Now we're reacting to it. We've put someone in a position that isn't qualified to do the job. And players, you basically told players to go out there and do something that they haven't done for a long time. So it's not instinctive for them to play that way. So everything's a reaction and not instinct. And when you do that with players, nothing's fluid. And we look good for maybe, I'd say, the first 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And then once they scored, it's like they were looking around for inspiration. Like the fact when Lacey came on, it was like, just give the ball to Lacey. He might do something. It's like, what? You expect some kid to come and you're playing against experienced pros. Like it's just yeah. But and it was always going to happen. It was always going to happen. I said when Ten Hag came in, he made us a cup team. We won a few cups, but it's not sustainable to be a cup team. And the
right.
players we've got now are not, they're not good enough for a lot of them. So
Right.
we are where we are now, and yeah, it's a shame, but it was always going to happen.
Right. David, we're out of the FA Cup. Four at the back. What's the problem there? What's the excuse?
It's gonna go. This is beyond the players. How are you like? We have a game plan. They've been training all season for it under Amorim, his tactics and whatnot. You sack him at the worst possible moment, right when we really like even before the sacking. I was saying that fourth or fifth was possible for this team.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was being very realistic. I said I really think that they could do that. You sack him now. You have an interim manager in place for now. So what are you doing now? You're on the training ground doing these tactics. The players know he's not going to be around for long. So like, can you really tell him to try and work on something for that? They're going to bring in somebody else coming in later on who's going to probably play a completely different style, and it just threw off all the rhythm. And you're seeing the effects of it. You saw a little bit of it for Burnley. You saw more of it again today, and I'm dreading next week's match. And then on top of that, while we know this squad needs reinforcements because of all this now, I don't think we make a single signing now, not even a loan signing for this transfer window either. Because who in their right mind is going to want to come to this?
Only an ex-player.
Yeah, Devin, you made a valid point, right? Why did we bring it? Just again going back to the incompetence in Ineos. You know that Amorim plays three at the back. Why did you bring in Amorim? You know he plays three at the back, and we don't have the players to play three at the back. That's one mistake.
That is
The
the
second
first
was
question I asked Vim
yeah,
and Bems at the beginning.
yeah,
Like, they
exactly.
knew this. He told
Yep,
them.
that's how he plays.
They
The
brought
second
him in
question,
mid-season. He
mid-season,
told
that's what I was
them.
gonna say. The
Yes.
second question is mid-season. If you know what you're doing, you would not have brought Amorim,
They don't know what they're doing, man.
mid-season. You would have waited till the summer, and somehow you would have brought him in the summer and to make everything, give him the right opportunity to. But the whole thing is an absolute. Jason Wilcox needs to go. That
He
guy
seems to
needs
be
to
the one
go.
making the
Omar,
decisions,
Omar
not Sir
Barada
Jim.
needs to go. Omar Barada needs to go. He was the one that brought Amorim in. You knew we don't have the players, and then now we're getting to imagine if they listened to him and we managed to get Semenyo in. There you go. Just even if you bring just give him something or get him to the end of the season.
Apparently, is also what I was hearing was now when they realized that Semenyo was going to City and Amorim asked for those funds to be spent elsewhere, they told him, no, we're not spending the funds anymore now too.
Yeah. See
Yeah,
what I mean? So,
They had made their mind up
yeah,
about Ruben.
they made them like that,
They
right,
decided
right,
he's not going to succeed.
right.
That's why they gave him no money.
But you see, when I go back to that interview, funny enough, the interview was Sir Jim being interviewed by Gary Neville. He said he likes Amrin. There's a 3-year plan. We're going to have.
Yeah.
So,
Another incompetence.
I think
they
I
just
think they feel
even
think
just
they
making
feel that
those
Amorim's
statements
gonna.
and going back on those statements, they should be ashamed that they're
So,
flip-flopping.
I saw that interview as well. Sir Jim Ratcliffe says that he leaves the running of the club to his staff, to the sporting people.
Jason
So that's
Wilcox.
Barada and Jason Wilcox. And if he thinks that they are making the right decision, then he'll back it. Ratcliffe thought that you do need to give a manager 3 years to allow him to implement his project and his ideas.
This particular one.
Yes, but he left the running of the club to Barada and Wilcox. And if they came to him with a convincing reason as to why they have to let Ruben go, then so be it. Because he's given them overall control of running the club.
Jason Wilcox came from Southampton and they got relegated.
Yeah.
So, what experience does he bring? Literally,
Relegation.
Southampton? Really, bro? If you was talking about Everton or Spurs, I could say that's a top-tier team. But Southampton, really,
wasn't
bro?
he good at bringing people in through Southampton? Didn't they bring a lot of good players through?
Well, that's academy players.
Yeah, but Mane and so on, right? He was responsible for that. Isn't it, Kay?
You don't put one director on the couple and down generally. It's normally recruitment, the academy.
Yeah, he's an academy guy.
Like
Yeah.
look at Nottingham Forest. Edu's done a brilliant job. They're almost getting relegated because they sacked Nuno and they brought in Dyche. So I don't think we can question his recruitment. It's just that obviously they're interfering with the manager. But it's happening a lot in football now.
I
That's what happened with
remember
Maresco.
I remember
Maresco's
when we were
gone.
looking at Wilcox and we were looking at the players he brought in, and there were a good 6, 7, 8 players that he brought in who had really successful careers.
But it brought that in for a Southampton model. This is United. The pressure is so much
But these
higher.
guys did go to other clubs and they succeeded at top clubs.
No,
There were a
man.
good
Yeah,
6, 7, 8 players.
but Vim,
Well,
that's not the problem.
we didn't get them.
Bringing in players is fine. It's interference. The key issue we have right now is interference with the
Interference.
manager. That's the big problem.
But they
You
did also
give in
say,
interviews that I'm a coach. Oh, I'm a
yeah,
coach at heart. I can tell the coach what have you done
yeah, no, he
as a
can't. They
manager?
can't meddle.
Is it?
Yeah, they can't meddle with that. But they did say that
Nonsense.
he was recruited as head coach and not
I
manager.
I
There's also
even
that,
Yes.
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
that's true. But yeah, but so does that mean that Jason
They shouldn't
Wilcox should
meddle.
tell the
They
manager
should
what to do?
not. No,
Yeah, but
as
That's
director of
this is
football,
what I'm
that's not
saying.
his role, is it? It's
This is becoming common in football now, meddling. So the
yeah.
Yeah.
way football's going, you'll see it in the next few years. It's going to go down the head coach model. You're not going to see
Yeah.
many managers.
Right.
That's the way football's going now.
Even
And
what's his name
it's going
started
to win.
meddling now. Wayne Rooney
Pardon?
started meddling. I saw Wayne Rooney talking to Jamie Carragher. Jamie Carragher said Amorim has no credit to be demanding players. I thought, what? Who gives you the effing right to talk about anything?
What did Rooney say?
Yeah, he agreed that he didn't have enough credit in the bank to be demanding players and making decisions. That he has to listen to what he's told. I mean, these guys are
Yeah,
just
Jimmy
delusional.
Carragher said
Yeah,
that
but
too.
So
Rooney and
do you
Carragher are quite
Carragher,
good
I
friends.
expect him to say that because he's already had a bias. Anything that will go wrong for United, oh, he will rub his hands. I don't care. But Rooney, kind of like,
No, but Rooney's quite pally with Carragher. They're
no,
friends.
they're
He's
both
never gonna.
scouts. They're both from Ever. They're
Yeah,
both from
but they know
Liverpool.
each other pretty
yeah?
well. Like he's never gonna go against him.
So do you think the ultimate fallout between Ruben and Wilcox is because Ruben didn't get Semenyo?
No,
No,
no.
no, I
It's
think
not
that
that.
was like the final
It's the
straw.
tactics. It's
Final
the
straw, yeah.
tactics
No,
and
Final
no,
straw.
no.
interference and
He said if we're
tactics.
not getting Semenyo, I want to spend that money on other players. And then Wilcox was like, no, the money's not available.
Do you know that for
But
a fact that
no,
this
no,
is what
They
but
said it
also,
on
this is
guys,
like
what was said?
they said it
but
on loads
also,
of
They said it on
websites.
yeah,
Stratford
but
Paddock.
that was one of the things. Another major factor was the meeting that happened on the Friday before the Leeds game. So, what's his name? Jason Wilcox called Amorim to a meeting and said, "Dude, why have you gone back to four at the back? You played
Go
three at the
back to
back.
three at the back.
Yeah, you played
Yeah.
four at the back against Newcastle, and it worked really well. Why did you change it against Wolves and then try to play? And then Amorim was obviously told the media before that or after the game, the Wolves game, that he wanted to match Wolves. Don't get me wrong, Amorim's not innocent. I mean, in all this, he's got his own flaws. He kind of shot himself in the foot multiple times. He said, "Oh, I wanted to match Wolves three at the back." I mean, it's to get a team bottom of the league. So that was on Wednesday, and then on Friday before Leeds, Wilcox called him up and said, "Look, why are you changing the back line again? We've told you what to do." He was like, "Why? How dare you tell me what to do?" Blah 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 blah. I'm the man. That's why when he came to the news conference after the Leeds game, he said, "I'm the manager, not
Man,
the
not
head
the
coach."
coach.
You know,
Yeah,
the
So this is
the technical
all,
director needs to do their job. I'll do
And the
mine.
yeah.
and the recruit and the scouting
Yeah,
teams.
yeah,
So
Yeah,
yeah.
this
That's
is
why he said
all
that.
a power struggle.
a power
yeah.
struggle, mate.
It's a
That's
power
the power
struggle.
struggle.
Wow.
There's also talk that Coach United also talked to Anna saying to change the back four, and then Wilcox continue that post. It's a big mess, man. It's a whole hidden mess behind the scenes.
Okay. Right. Before we go, we have City up next. Let me start with Devin. How do you feel about the City game coming up? You think this team could do something?
All I know is that we better pray that Ahmad and Bumo aren't carrying any knocks from AFCON for that game.
Mm-hmm.
That is that is all I could say for that, because this team is playing with no spirit right now.
So you're looking at a destruction.
Unfortunately, Unfortunately, yeah.
Ouch. Benz, Man City next. How positive do you feel? Do you think United could get something for that game?
I mean, it seems to. I won't be surprised. We
Are you
turn up
underwater or something?
and get a result.
I think he's scuba
Yeah, we got
diving
a
at the
draw.
moment.
Apparently.
He's
You
scuba
guys,
diving, catching some
wait.
fish.
You guys not able to hear me at all?
I can hear you now. If
You
you
guys
speak
can't
You're
hear
out, we
me?
can.
underwater, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not
I don't
good.
know. Maybe because
Does
I
your
don't know.
phone got water
Maybe it's
damage?
my network.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
need to
know.
get a new
Maybe
network.
it's my network, man.
Okay.
Ben, I think
So
your phone's
what
got
what do you
water.
think about the
I'm,
City
I'm,
game? Do you think we could win the City game?
I'm at the
Win, lose, or
Yeah,
draw?
mall. I'm at the mall. Maybe the service here is pretty bad. The network at the mall is pretty bad. Sorry.
You're Katie
What,
Mills?
Tim? What you say?
Katie Mills more?
No,
Okay.
no. Galleria.
Galleria.
Yeah,
Oh,
Galleria.
that more
Yeah.
the reception there is really bad. I will tell you that it's bad. But
Yeah,
go.
that's probably the case.
Connect to
Yeah.
the
That's so bad.
Wi-Fi, man. Stay up.
No, that
What,
the way he is
what
now,
was the
that more
question?
the reception is
Yeah,
really bad.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What was the question again?
Win, lose,
Have you
or draw
paid? Have you
against
paid your
City.
mobile bill? That was a question.
Whatever. Don't Ben, don't listen to Ben. Go on.
What's-
Give me your win, lose, or draw.
Oh man.
Win, lose, or draw against City.
um.
Where do you see that?
Um. hmm, a draw.
You see a draw against City. That's nice. I like that. From the controversial one. That's just might be 2026. You really are
It's
getting
just
soft.
because it's just because of City, and normally when we play against the big teams, we turn up. So
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
that's all.
Mr. Fortress. Win, lose, or draw. Man City.
unfortunately, I know I know Amorim's gone now. We can't talk about it, but if Amorim was there, at least we would have had because the big team struggled against that formation, and we kind of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, we went to Arsenal with 10 men. We knocked them out of the FA Cup last season. Went to City. Yes, they beat us nicely this season, but last season we beat them, beat Liverpool. These two at the back nonsense. That if whoever comes in tries to play the double pivot, we will get embarrassed. It will be another 3-0 because Semenyo,
With
they
Semyon
got
and
Semenyo now.
Haaland.
Yeah,
Well,
Semenyo and
well.
Haaland. Semenyo is going to tear us apart against Dallo. At least
Why would Bournemouth sell the player this time of the season? How stupid is that?
because he had the release clause on his contract, and if they
yeah,
the price would get lower and lower, so they had to cash in now.
Damn
yep,
It's
it.
good. It's good money though. 65 million
65 mil.
for a club like
yep,
Bournemouth.
So
No,
yeah.
because I was pissed off because it makes City stronger. That's why I'm pissed off.
That's what I'm saying. Do you know Amorim and Jason Wilcox had a meal with this guy. They sat down together. I don't know if you
But
Really?
we
guys have
went with
read the news.
Mbemo.
They had a
United
deal
Yep,
with
went with Mbemo
Semenyo.
instead of
yep. They had a meal with Semenyo and they decided to go
Oh, I
with
thought you said they had a deal.
a
Yeah.
meal. No, a meal
I
with
think it's because
Oh
he
yeah.
told me he was going to play like in a different position or something.
No. They even said they were going to
no.
change the position.
Yeah, they
Do
told
you
him
know
that.
why Semenyo was pissed off? Because we chose Mbemo
Bournemouth
over him, and we said
over
we
him.
didn't
Yeah.
want to pay more than 65, and then we
hmm
ended up paying 70 for Mbemo.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
can still have Semenyo. He doesn't need to be pissed off about that. Did they
That's what
renege
I'm
on the
saying.
deal?
If
If you're not
if
first
Bruno
choice,
goes, that's what I mean. This is
He
going
would
if
what
be
you're
what
not
paid.
I'm
first choice,
going
you're
back to
gonna
He
Ineos.
would be
be
paid.
like,
One at a time, one at a time.
yeah, if you're not first choice, you're gonna hold a bit of resentment. And you gotta remember, at City, his sign-on bonus is gonna be big, his wages are gonna be big. For him, he's thinking, I can
Retirement.
win something, I'm gonna get paid more, I'm gonna be more financially secure. Why come to United?
He ain't gonna
Yeah.
play every game. That's it.
That is a
Yeah, people are
no-brainer.
gonna say that.
That's
No,
a
I
It's
think he
no-brainer.
will.
But
I think he
he
retirement.
played
It's a
starts.
20 games
retirement
for
place,
City.
man.
Now,
Right.
think about that.
He's
You
gonna
have,
play.
you have
He's
to
gonna
fight
play.
Semenyo or do it when
So,
the other one's coming off the bench
He's gonna
now.
play.
Mr. Fortress, what was
That's
your
crazy.
prediction for the City game?
Yeah, I think we're going to lose, man. Unfortunately, and we're going to lose to Arsenal as well. And the big consequences of that is we're going to drop down to the where we don't want. Because if you look at the gap between 6th and 14th, it's only like 2 points.
It's
If
nothing.
we lose those two games,
Back to
all
back.
of a sudden, that's it. We're back down to 14th, and then it's been another. As it stands, it's actually another season that we're writing off. So that's 2 seasons in a row that we're writing off because of Ineos.
And also
Two
proximity.
Right.
So I'll give you these stats right now.
Too.
The difference between 13th place and 7th place right now is 4 points.
4 points. And we
There
have
you
6
go.
available in front of
Spurs
us.
are in 14th. Spurs are in 14th with 27. We're sitting on 32.
There you go. Lose to City and
Spurs,
Arsenal.
Spurs
That's
are
it, bro.
struggling. I think I'm worried for Spurs
and by the
manager.
way, Bournemouth in 15th are on 26. So they're only 6 points.
That's
behind.
where we're going to end
Did
up
you know
in 2
Brentford are
games.
now 4th?
Yeah.
What
Yep.
the hell? What
Oh,
is
sorry,
their name?
fifth. Okay,
Fifth.
fine.
But
Wow.
the league's tight. All you have to do is go on look at Villa didn't win in the first 5 games, and then
Exactly.
he went on a streak.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. We can't do that. We can't.
Yeah,
we
we
can't.
can't.
We're averaging
can't.
1 game per month. 1 win. That's what we do. One win per month.
But we
That's what we're
were
doing.
doing that with Ruben as well. I think we
Yeah.
only won 1 in 5.
But I would say the last 3 games without Bruno,
And
Bomo,
yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
struggled. You could see the quality dropped drastically. We struggled. We struggled. But Mr. K, win, lose, or draw against City. Where are we on that?
If it's Ole, we've got a chance because he's got Pep's book in it. He's beaten Pep before. If it's Carrick, I think we're getting whooped.
Right. Okay. That's what. This is, mate. This is not. This is not the pandemic era. This is different.
At the moment, aren't playing well. I watched them against Brighton.
Yeah, they're struggling. City are
Brighton
struggling, bro. This City team, like I said, I've been saying it all since, they are not strong enough. That's the reason why they went to get this guy.
They're not going to win the league.
No,
Even
I
with
told this
Semenyo.
guy they're winning the league. Even with this guy, that's why they're panicked. Like they need to
Semenyo.
get this striker guy, Semenyo. They needed him because Haaland
They
is.
just not get Mark Gay.
If they get Mark Gay, they'll win the league. Yeah. If they get Mark Gay, they'll win
Are
it.
Palace
Especially
selling?
Semenyo
Are Palace
and
going to
Rodri.
sell?
Yeah, they're trying to get him.
No way. Why would Palace sell in the middle of the season? This is just stupid.
Because he leaves on a free.
Contract's due.
Because he leaves on a free in the summer.
Yeah,
Oh, for
contract's
crying out
due.
loud. Why is City just giving all these opportunities of people who could
But they run
out
financially better
clauses?
than us. They run financially better than us.
You know what the worst part about this is coming up? It's the first match on Saturday, so our whole weekend is going to get ruined after this match.
You know that.
Yeah, it's a 6:30
You know
kickoff.
that's true.
It's a 6:30 kickoff for us out here.
6:30 in the morning.
Yes.
That's a great way to start a weekend, isn't
I
it?
know, right? That's messed up.
Down in the dumps.
Thanks a lot, mate. Right, any last question before we run off? Any last question?
Yeah, I was going to ask a question that Ken just mentioned then. So, has this destabilized us and written off the season now?
Yes.
Yes. The season's done.
Wow.
Season's done.
Such a shame, huh?
It's a shame.
This is going to be the fewest games we've played. 40 games we're going to play between now and the end of the season.
40 games. Wow.
Just 40 games. And this will hit. It's good because it will hit in your pockets because you get some games for FA Cup, right? FA, obviously, the more you go, the more, you know how they like penny pinch. Every little helps, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to lose out on FA Cup money, stadium, as fans attendance and stuff like that. No European football, no Carabao Cup.
Nothing.
Just Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not good for us in terms of the summer transfer window.
Well, the decisions are costing us everything, right?
It's the problem with this, K. I know where you're getting at with this, but being realistic, I don't really see us getting anywhere near successful again until they're gone. And if we have to go through this, to try and get rid of them faster, then fine.
You think the Glazers will go? The Glazers
not Glazers. I mean Ineos. Glazers. They're not going nowhere. Ineos needs to go, man.
Even if Ineos go, the Glazers are the problem. The Glazers are the one that goes in £1 million worth of debt.
Yeah, the club, both owners have to go together.
Correct.
So there is this tag on thing where if Glazers sell their share, Ineos will have to sell theirs too, in terms of how they are linked together. I think, Devin, you know about this, right? There's a clause in the contract.
18-month thing after they bought, where it was like if Ineos didn't buy it outright during that time frame, then it was Glazers. If they sell, then Ratcliffe has to sell as well. It was something.
Yeah, they have to sell it together. Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is while this structure is in place right now, while they care more about shirt sales and sponsorship and all this other stuff, we are not going to be successful.
Yeah, 100%.
And if it takes us going through like some write-off seasons, shitty seasons, whatever, fine.
I'm just dreading not making Europe next season again. I'm dreading that.
We're not
If
ready
we
for
don't make
Europe.
Europe.
We're not ready for Europe.
Let it hurt their pockets is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Can you
To be
imagine
honest,
no Europe again? Not even going
Because
to
But that's
Europa.
probably a good
only
thing.
reason that they're sticking around.
Do you remember when
they'll
the
stick
protests
around, they'll still
happened?
make
Do you
money.
remember? Do you remember when the
They'll still-
protests happened to force Glazers to sell a portion of the club? They had to depress the stock price, and they had to damage the commercial revenue to get them to move.
That was also because they put all their
Because we're
cards in
running out of money.
they put all the cards in on the Super League because they were basically
Yeah.
going to try to run it like an NFL
But-
team. And
yeah,
when
but
that
it
failed, and that was their last option, they maxed out all their other credit facilities. They had no choice because they were
No.
not paying their own money.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I'm
Right.
talking about what forced the Glazers to sell a chunk to Ratcliffe. It
'Cause
was
they have
the
no
damaged
money.
commercial
They have no money
revenue.
then.
Yeah,
They
the
have no
damaged
money.
commercial revenue and the stock price. When that starts going down, the Glazers think, well, our proposition is not as good. That could force them to sell. It has to go down that route again. You have
Yeah,
to,
but then we're
the
gonna
club
go
revenue has to
We're
go
pretty
down.
much saying the same thing.
You're saying it's like
You're talking about
It's,
Super League
No,
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
that's
saying
what
is
the-
that
that's what the players
that was
were
their last
hoping on.
attempt to
Yeah.
to raise
try
some money.
Yes. And they were
Yeah,
putting
but
all their
that's
cards
dead
on
in the
that.
water.
And
There's
They
no,
went- they went-
what I'm saying is by not
Super
making
League will come back.
decisions and whatnot, it's going to hurt their bottom line, which is going to make it less profitable for them to
Yeah.
stay. And I'm hoping
Yeah.
that in the long run, I would rather deal with that to get them out for like a season or two or whatever it takes to get them out so we can be successful again in the long term. Short
and they went for the wrong
gains is
option.
what I'm saying.
so
Chelsea
being out of
has-
all
has
the
back-
cups,
As bad as Chelsea's owners, Chelsea are, they knew Ineos was not the right people. Remember, Ineos tried to get Chelsea. Jim
Yeah.
Ratcliffe going there saying, "Oh, I'm a
If you
Chelsea fan."
want-
Remember, he went.
If you
He
want to
went
know
there
more
going,
about it, look at what Ineos did with Nice.
"Yeah, I'm a Chelsea
The
fan. I've
fans
got a
literally
Chelsea season
attacked
ticket."
players. The fans literally attacked players because of this.
Ridiculous, man.
Wow.
And here comes the Glazers. Yeah, we'll take you. Come in, give us your money.
yeah.
Nonsense.
It's called a drag-along clause.
Oh.
So the drag-along clause basically means, which became active in August 2025, is that if the Glazer family, majority shareholders, finds 100% buyer of the club, Ratcliffe will be forced to sell his stake.
Wow.
But no
Drag
one's gonna
along.
buy them. The Glazers ain't gonna sell the club. This is what I'm trying to say to
No,
people.
they will sell it if the right bid came in. And I
No.
think they
Yeah,
wanted
it-
5 billion
They'll
last
leave
time.
the Glazers
It
alone.
has
They
to
want
be
5
something,
billion.
a world record fee. Yeah, it has to be a world record fee for them to even
They
And
want
that's
their,
not gonna
it's
happen.
money. With the Glazers, money talks. They wanted 5
Nah,
billion.
why would you sell that asset? They're multi-billionaires. They don't need more money.
I think
Yeah,
they do
it's
need the
about a
money.
legacy. It's about a
So-
legacy for
Yeah.
their children, isn't it?
5
That's
billion
right,
is
yeah.
a lot of money.
It is a lot, man.
Yeah.
Not,
So-
that's
For a
that's
club that
over.
doesn't-
That's
for a
over
club that's not
900
really
million,
profitable.
mate.
But
That's
so-
over
from-
900 million.
This is going to sound crazy, as I'm going to say this right now. It's because there's what, 5 of them, so they only get $1 billion each. Only.
No, some of them have
And
thinking.
so-
Some of them have been bought out. Remember the girl? The girl's not
Darcy.
involved in the club anymore. The daughter.
But I think she's just not involved in the operation, but she's still an owner on.
I'm sure she sold her share, but I might be wrong.
I know
don't
it's
bro.
pretty much Avram and Joel that are like the big ones that are.
Yeah.
Avram,
The
Joel,
thing is,
Edwards in the background.
that's
as well.
right. Avram and Joel, they're the ones who can make the final decision. But Manchester United is not a profitable club. So for a profitable business
Profitable.
to sell it, no, it's not.
What-
Because
why is it
they
not
post
profitable?
consistent losses. They've got revenue,
Yeah, but
but they
as an
post
asset-
losses.
As an
Look it
asset,
up.
the club is
Look it
growing.
up. Look it up, Kay.
Yeah,
Look it up.
but Vim, as an asset, the club is getting more expensive.
So
to
you're talking
buy.
about asset
So-
value. That's something different.
but-
We're
but
talking
when
about
you
complete
take
profit and loss.
management behind
We'll have this
One at a
conversation
time.
another
One
time.
at a time. One
We'll
at
have
a
this
time.
conversation another time about financial economics. But
I understand what
as
you're
an
saying.
asset, there's value in the asset, which
I
is
understand
worth
what you're saying,
4.5 to. Let me finish my point. 4.5 to 5 billion is an asset value. The company, because it does generate revenue, but it's a high operating cost. It projects a loss every year. It's been posting losses.
I
So for a
understand
company
that,
that
Vim.
doesn't make money, that's losing money, 5 billion is a really good offer.
But Vim, did they put any money in to buy the club? They didn't put a penny in. So
Nope.
why would they
No,
sell
they
it?
don't. They don't put any money in.
They
don't.
never put any money in to buy the club. That's my point.
I know that.
I think they
know
put
that.
100 million and leverage the rest. The rest.
Yeah.
I think
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So why would you
Yeah.
sell it? You made over 4 billion profit.
And
Because it's
and it
profit.
wasn't even them. It wasn't
That's a
even them
lot of
putting the
money.
It was their dad. It was their
Well,
dad
why
that
would
put
you
the money in.
give
They
us
just
that?
Yeah.
inherited the club.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
dad who bought it, not them. It was the dad that he passed away and they took over. He was he bought what other NFL club did he buy at the
He
time?
has the Bucks. Yeah, he right here in Tampa Bay. My
Yeah,
luck. I
Tampa Bay.
get the best of both worlds. Yeah.
Okay. Oh God.
Glazer family at the moment is worth about $10 billion, which includes their Man United asset.
Which is an
That's half their
equivalent of
that's
about
half their asset.
7.5 million
It's
pounds.
half their wealth, yeah.
Wow.
And they I don't know, you guys know how they did in America. I think the business, the real estate they had in
They're
America,
slumlords. They're
They
slumlords.
went bust.
slumlords,
They're
exactly.
slumlords.
Yeah. So they
They
don't spend a lot on their
they
assets.
bought up a whole bunch of like
Malls.
we call them strip malls.
Malls, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know what would you call a strip mall in the UK?
No, for
Strip
more.
mall.
No, a strip bar. It's like strip bar, but
Oh,
it's like a
lap dancing club.
No, not strip. No, strip mall. So it's just like
Oh, sorry.
like strip. So
Like
what
outlet.
would you call that in the UK?
Like
A
outlet.
strip mall.
Outlet.
No, what about a
Outlet.
mall? It's just like a whole street.
A shopping
full of-
centre.
Like Westfield.
Talking about shopping centres.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
So,
a mall.
okay,
A
you
shopping
have
mall.
to, Craig, you have to, if you're, okay, I said, okay, Devin, if you're describing the strip mall, you're talking about a mall or just a whole strip of malls, right? On a street, like
It's just like a whole bunch. It's like, for example, you just have like one parking lot, and you have a whole
Ah.
bunch of like
kind of
surrounding going around
picture.
the store.
Outlets.
So
Retail
guys,
outlets.
it's gonna be like Oxford Street,
Like
everything on
Bristol.
Oxford Street, but everyone goes through one parking lot into Oxford
Are
Street.
these are outdoor, yeah? Outdoor
Yes.
malls.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well,
retail
it-
outlets.
Kind of
yeah.
like
It's literally just the parking
Retail
lot,
parks.
Blue Water,
it's the
kind of like
parking
Blue
lot and the
Water.
stores, nothing else. That's it.
Blue Water's indoor.
Blue
This
was
Bicester
indoor.
Village. Then, like Bicester Village,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah,
retail
like Vista
park.
Village. outdoor.
Essentially, they bought up a whole bunch of those
Yeah.
and don't really take care of them at all, really, and they just
Yeah.
try to get as much as they can out of the tenants.
Yeah. Leaching.
And so that's how they got there. And then there was an article. Do you remember the article I put up like last year or the year before about they took some like oil company that was a magnet and basically like ran it into the ground just so they could get the profits from
Yeah.
it. I can't remember what it was, but
Did
yeah,
they were they forced to sell those malls? Do they still have them?
I don't know. I never looked into it enough.
All right.
It's interesting
Right,
because
gentlemen.
there will
I've got
be
one more- there's one
pinch points
question.
to get them to sell. Anyway,
There's one question, Tim, that you didn't ask. Who would succeed as the permanent Manchester United manager? I've got ideas.
I would go for a
In
guy
the
I
summer.
don't think will tolerate nonsense, but I don't know if they'll get him. But I don't know if he'll leave. Will be Luis Enrique.
He is leaving.
Yeah.
He is leaving PSG.
He ain't
Okay.
leaving PSG.
But here's the problem right now. What manager
Will
What's
is
the
succeed
going
in
is
this
going to
this
come to this
environment.
right now where the sporting director pretty much says I run everything and you're just a yes man.
Ain't gonna happen.
And
That's
so
the
that
problem.
that's why unless that changes, there's no way that we're getting Enrique or anybody at that level.
Because me personally, I think the perfect fit.
Will be
Because
who?
like, yeah,
Ancelotti?
no, I don't think
I
Ancelotti.
think
I'll go.
I think Enrique's a perfect guy, but
For me, it's Tuchel. Tuchel is a perfect guy for us.
Tuchel
I'll
is
tell you what.
rebellious. He won't last. Tuchel's
He's
rebellious.
too
That's
exposed.
He won't last. See
He-
what happened
he-
at Chelsea. He won't last. They'll get rid of
Tuchel
him.
wants like much more
Full
control in the
control.
club.
They won't-
Yeah,
no.
and
Yeah.
he's not going to get that.
No, not at United.
but then if you want a puppet, then you go for Raiola. Then that's the only guy that you could. That at
Raiola.
least he would play
And
good
who's
football
Raiola
and still
again?
be a
Who's he?
puppet.
Iraola, Bournemouth
Bournemouth
manager.
manager.
I would
Oh,
love to Raiola. They're struggling.
but here's the other problem.
Yeah, but he's the only puppet that can play good football.
What of
That's-
Crystal
So
Palace
what
manager?
about Glasner because he's out of
Glasner.
contract?
He
I
won't-
wouldn't say
he's not a
Glasner.
puppet.
He plays three at the back.
And he's not a puppet. Remember, he told Palace. He said, "If you sell Matt Gurry, I'm gone."
They're
That's
selling
the
him now.
summer.
He's still gonna go.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
about to sell him now.
Well, he hasn't signed his contract. His contract. That's why he's not signing a new contract.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's on the free.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to stay at Palace.
They
No,
got knocked
he's
out the
No,
FA Cup
already.
yesterday.
He said already he's not staying.
Yeah.
So there's two types.
So he's gone.
There's two
Yeah,
types
he
of
said
managers
already
we
he's
can
coming.
get.
He said it already.
There's two types category of managers we can get. You can either get a proper manager or a yes man. If we go for a proper manager, for me, it's Tuchel or Ancelotti. If we go for a puppet, the only puppet I can see to risk the Premier League experience issue is Iraola. He's the only guy that will come and go, yes, I'll do it. And he'll still try to play good football, bring
Yeah.
in players from the academy and still give you Like you can watch United and go, okay, yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah. And he wants the job.
He's the only
He
one.
does want the United job as
So
well.
you don't rate Enrique for this?
Enrique's not a yes man.
No,
He's
but
not a
I'm
yes
saying
man.
that if we are able to somehow get
Forget it.
Control.
yes,
I'll take him. Yeah, I'll take him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he'll be good. Yeah.
Mm.
But
Enrique.
I cannot ever see a world where Luis Enrique would give up PSG to come United.
he
I
already
just
said
can't
he's
see it
leaving.
happening.
He already said he's leaving PSG.
Why is he leaving?
He's achieved everything he needs to
Why?
achieve. He won the
Yeah,
treble.
he's won everything.
Nah, I
Yeah.
heard he's
Treble,
He's
saying-
actually
Champions
leaving
League.
PSG. Oh,
I heard he's saying
amazing.
that to negotiate a contract though.
I mean, he'll be the richest manager by staying at PSG, wouldn't he? The amount of money they have.
But there's still that lure to be that guy that turned Man United around. Because you'd be a legend. If you can come in and win the league, trust me, you'd be next
You're up
after
there.
Fergie.
You're up there with Fergie and Sir Matt.
Yeah.
And I know Sir
If
Alex
that-
Ferguson. I wonder what goes through Alex Ferguson's mind that I'm the only person. And I sometimes think he does cause some problems too. No disrespect. I think he causes some problems.
He does. He does.
I
Yeah,
don't think
he
he
does.
does that. He doesn't
Not
even say
deliberately.
Not deliberately,
that.
subconsciously.
Remember, he's
Yeah,
not even
because
on the
his
board now.
presence
He's not
alone.
even really on the board now like he was before.
Yeah, Ineos fired him from that as the global.
No, that was financial.
That was
Right.
to save money.
Yeah, but
Two
Yeah, but
million
do you know why
pounds
he
a year.
does? Do you know why he does? Because players like Fletcher, or managers like Fletcher, will still go to him and go, "What do you think, boss?" Fletcher's openly
Why
said
do
that
you
he
think
had
that
to
though,
talk
Ken?
to Fergie before
Why do you
he
think,
took the job.
why do you think that he does that, Ken? He's got no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, well,
Who else is he gonna do?
Master apprentice, isn't it? Master apprentice.
Yeah,
He's got
it
no
is.
idea what he's doing. He has to do that.
he had to talk to Fergie to say, "Oh,
To-
I
You know,
did
to
your
be
remember
honest,
they're both
though-
Scottish, so I don't. What else
Yeah.
who would he go to?
But to be honest, if you're a fledgling manager and you know you had the greatest manager within
You're gonna
the
go
same
somewhere
corridors,
with
wouldn't you ask him for advice?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Kind of,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
But-
Fergie did it with Sir Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So, right, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm not looking forward to Saturday's game. We'll just see if we win. That'd be a celebration. That'd be fantastic. But for
I
some
got
reason,
some advice, Tim.
what?
Maybe just sleep in this weekend.
Yeah, I think that's a very good
Wake
advice,
up.
actually.
I think waking up
I
check
will
the
not be waking
scores
up at
would be-
6. It's not worth waking up at 6:30 to watch United.
Yeah.
No chance.
I have to
Exactly,
wake
man.
up at 5:40. I have to wake up at 5:30. Get ready. It's
Wow.
it's a 45-minute drive to the bar. So I need to
You're
be
gonna go
up.
to the bar to watch this,
Yeah.
man. You need to start drinking, mate. If you're gonna watching this game.
You might as
So
well.
we have donuts.
You might
They
as well
have
have an all-night
donuts.
vendor. Like,
Put some
I'm
whiskey
being
in
dead
your
serious.
coffee.
Just have an all-night vendor for this.
We have donuts and a cup of tea and hot chocolate in the morning, so it's fine.
You can always add a bit of whiskey to your coffee. It's called Irish coffee. It's
Nah,
quite
I want
nice.
to be able to drive back home intact.
You won't be
But
able to drive home if we get whooped intact.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
Your head
yes.
is burning.
That would
You
be
might want to
painful.
Uber for this one to drink away the pain. So
Yeah, but I'd rather watch it and be upset than waking up to see that result. Like, what the hell? Nah, so
it's expectation management because we're all expecting it. So I'd rather it's like at least you could wake up if it's a different result, then you're pleasantly surprised. But if not, then
Yeah.
you're like okay, we knew that was coming.
right.
So then,
Well,
Tim, what's your prediction then against City?
I think we're losing 2-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Only-
managing
only two?
expectations.
No, I think we're losing. I think we're losing
Exactly.
2-1. I mean, if we're to win, it will need them to have a player sent off, kind of
Yep.
playing against 10, something.
Well,
Yeah.
we can't do that against Everton. So
Is it
Yeah.
Old Trafford or?
Yeah, it's at Old Trafford.
Old Trafford.
Old Trafford.
And you know that our fan base is going to be pissed already about this. So they're going to
Especially after today, yeah.
After today, mate.
So that's not going to be any helpful to them as well.
No.
But of course, the City fans are going to be turning up in numbers. You're probably going to
Oh.
hear them chanting louder on TV than you are from our fans as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
So it's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
It is not a good scenario at all.
And Gary Neville's going to be there, Sky Sports running his
he's
mouth.
the worst. I'm tired of his voice.
you should just
You know,
we
he
should
just-
just
I just
stop
don't wanna
listening
hear
to
him
Gary.
anymore.
Stop listening to him.
Every
Also,
United game on
don't listen
Sky,
to
he's there talking
Him
nonsense.
and Carragher. And
Don't listen to
going to
him.
go there like chatting shit as usual. But this is where we are. It is sad, but this is where we are.
Like I said before, let all these ex-players either become coaches at the club or shut up.
Exactly. Because no manager who's been, name it from Moyes to Amrin, that they have not criticized. Paul Scholes is a silent assassin. He just goes there silent.
The only one they were light on was Ole because he's wearing
Yeah,
their boots.
yeah, yeah. It was only Andy Cole who once said, the football wasn't great. We kind of then he needed to move on. But other than that, they didn't criticize him. Never
So
did
what
criticize
about
him.
Rio Ferdinand? Ferdinand presents that
Oh, he's
show.
worse. He's worse.
Yeah.
Get the paper out and let him sign it. Remember when he said that about Ollie?
Ole's at the
And
wheel.
that,
Ole's at the wheel.
yeah.
Give him whatever contract he wants.
Yeah, but how many fans said we shouldn't give him a contract? I think most of the fan base were like,
I mean,
It
he
was
was on
too
that.
early, though. It was
He
too
was on he
early.
was on that winning run. He kept on
I
winning
didn't
all
hear
these
no
remarks.
fans saying no.
Because
I
he
didn't
was
hear
he
no
was,
fans
if I
saying
remember
no.
correct, he was interim manager for that PSG comeback, and that's when
Yeah,
everybody was like, "Yeah, give him
Yeah.
the contract."
yeah.
Yes,
And we
so
went to
that
Barcelona, we
him.
got smashed.
Yeah, we did.
We got destroyed at the Barca, but hey, what it is what it is.
Oh, we got destroyed.
Did we have Lukaku? We still had Lukaku then.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
We did. We did. When we
yeah.
played PSG,
We had
we had
Lukaku, we
Lukaku.
had Rashford, we had Greenwood, we
Yeah,
had Martial. Like, yeah, we had a whole
Lukaku
bunch.
scored 2 goals in the PSG game, didn't he? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I think Rashford scored twice.
Rashford scored.
He scored the penalty for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
that last minute penalty. The
Yes.
last minute one. Because Dallo took a shot and it touched the guy's hand.
Yeah, it was Kim
And-
Pembe. It hit Kim. Yeah, it was Kim Pembe. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
and
that.
penalty. And Rashford and Ole was at the wheel.
You know the worst part about that was I actually flew over for the Old Trafford game.
Wow.
The only highlight that I remember from that game was Ashley Young bodying Di Maria into the side rail.
Right. I
You
remember that.
And all of Old Trafford stood up, was applauded. Like, yeah, that's what
That's
you get.
another guy who was, I don't know, he just had issues with the club. But yeah.
So Barcelona will be signing Rashford for 26 million.
Have they agreed? Are they going to, or they're still thinking about it?
I think they want him for say
I
26.
thought the obligation was 30.
There's no
Yeah, his
obligation.
price has dropped.
There's no obligation.
I thought it was a loan with the option or
No, there's no
obligation to buy.
obligation.
No. So they'll take 26
Yeah, well,
million.
but this is the thing right now, because did you not see what they just did with Bayern Munich with Lewandowski?
No, they do.
Where they purposely told Lewandowski not to
score.
score, because if he scored, they would have had to pay Bayern like part of the add-on clauses or whatever else. So
Yeah.
when you take
My
that into
goodness,
consideration, like, no,
that's
I want all the cash. I don't want any add-ons, anything.
Wow.
I don't want anything when it comes to them. If they're gonna be that way, no.
Wow. All right, gentlemen. It's been an absolute stunner today because we've covered a lot. Any last words, Vim? You want to take us home? What's the last word for today?
Yeah, you're uploading this video, yeah?
Never mind, mate. It's all good, mate.
May God have mercy on our soul Saturday morning. That's all
Oh God, I'm not even thinking of Saturday. I wish it was even a midweek game whereby I just get over with. But the weekend is like you arrive on the weekend, you want to just relax, and right on Saturday morning, boom, Man City game. Oh well, I don't know.
It is what it is.
It is what
That's
it
why
is,
we
man.
love the game, innit?
Huh? That's why I
I
love the
think
game.
the best way to watch United these days is just lower your expectation, man. That's the best thing. It's good for your
Expect
heart, it's
losses.
good for your mind. Yep, expect defeat.
And Foden is on fire at the moment.
Foden. He's struggling, Foden.
I don't like that player. I've just never
not
liked
like the
him.
last.
same.
Not according to my fantasy team. He's not on fire.
Yeah.
About 4 games ago, he was scoring. He recovered.
Yeah,
his-
he scored like 4 or 5 in a row in like the last 3 games. He's got.
Yeah.
That's been he's blanked. But against United, he'll pop up with a goal. You know he'll pop up.
He will.
He's got a banger.
Him and Holland love scoring against us. So
Yeah.
It is what
But
it
the
is.
defense is a little bit damaged, though, isn't it? City's
they're
defense. They've lost
missing
Ruben.
Guardiola and Diaz, I think.
Yeah.
They went off last game injured. That's why they're trying to get Gay. But
So-
desperately.
But can Sesko score against that weakened defense?
You remember
If he gets the right ball.
Ahmad and Mbemo back.
They're back for that.
Yeah, but
So
they
maybe
may be
we have a
tired,
chance.
jet lag. They may have jet
Yeah.
lag. You know,
They've got-
they
After
go
a week,
knocks.
after a week and a half.
They've
Yep.
got a week to recover. and they've been
Oh,
in the sun.
how many times have we said
It's like
when
warm
the
weather
season
training.
started, we were like, yeah, we're gonna have one game in a week. We're gonna be
And it's not
fresh.
warm weather. The weather's cold.
They've
We're
had
back
warm
into
weather.
cold.
That's what I'm saying. They'll come back refreshed.
And by the way,
And they haven't been around the toxic
isn't
environment.
wasn't AFCON in the same time zone or like only like an hour, 2 hour
Yeah,
difference?
it's the same time zone. Yeah.
Yeah,
So they
that's
won't
the
be
first
going.
time
It
AFCON's been
shouldn't
paid in
it shouldn't
December.
be that big a jet lag difference then.
Nah, there won't be jet lag from Morocco. No chance.
It's only 4 hours, yeah.
Okay.
Ineos, just I've confirmed this interim manager. We don't want any faff around this, confirming
Let's get it
something
over
on a
with.
Thursday.
Let's get over with.
Do you know what I mean? Just name it tomorrow so the guy can come in and start
But
working
honestly,
with
do
the
you
players.
do you know what I kind of hope that they do to be realistic for us to have any chance? Like, don't like have them already there, but don't officially name it in the press until like Friday. So Pep has less
Nah, you gotta do it
prepare
early.
tactics as well.
Nah, I gotta do
The
early.
media.
No,
That's
what
true,
I'm
yeah,
saying,
media.
is you already have them there, like already doing his stuff.
Nah,
But,
that'll
like-
get leaked.
The amount
That'll
of
get
cameras
leaked.
and everything.
That'll get
That'll
leaked.
get
Dallo
Sure
leaked
will
that
leak it out.
cheap clown.
Could you imagine if
Sure will leak
you
it
pull
out to his
something like
mates.
that off?
Sure will leak it out.
So Mazarao won't be back, will he?
Yeah,
No,
No.
Maz
It was in
won't
the
be back.
We
semi-final.
need
That's
we
still
need him
playing.
on right back.
Maz
We
is still
do.
playing in AFCON, so
Master has played for Morocco, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Playing
in the semi-final.
Nigeria.
They play Nigeria on Wednesday.
yeah.
Now that's going to be another big game. I mean, the AFCON's been good, actually. Really good
what's
quality.
going on with Nigeria and them like not paying their players or something like that?
That's corruption on another whole level. That I will
You don't want to
discuss with
start
God
that
another day.
conversation. That another day, yeah. That's
That's
another
another
day.
day,
One for another
bro.
day.
That's been years, bro.
That's
Years.
normal for Nigeria.
Yeah.
Well, they get stranded at
So-
airports sometimes. It's a mess.
Yeah.
So what will happen?
Media
Will they
is
get
gonna
paid at
pay
the end of it then?
They
They get paid at the end?
Eventually. Eventually,
paid
they will get, yeah.
eventually.
Eventually, if they win.
Eventually, that's very convincing.
When the players say we're not training or we're not
Yeah,
training,
exactly, yeah.
we're not,
That's
then
when
they're
they
like,
pay, yeah.
that's what they pay.
Yeah.
It's a mess. It's
Terrible.
It's corruption because
The
the money
worst
has
two
been
teams to support
stolen halfway
right now.
before it arrived. That's what happens. But it is what it is. Right, gentlemen, have a nice day on Saturday. All have a happy Saturday morning, afternoon to you guys. I'm telling myself.
Disable that alarm clock, Tim,
For Saturday.
I will do.
for your sanity.
I will, mate. I will, mate. All right. From all of us, glory, glory.
You know.
Man United.
Yeah,
Cheers,
see you
guys.
guys in the next
Take
one.
care.
Take care.
Right. Bye.